listen to this. Johnny, right, Brian thought he pressed the live button all that time ago and we were singing, there's only one Johnny Jump, one Johnny Jump. And then I was going, everybody wants to build a Johnny Jump, blah, blah. So we'd be singing to ourselves because Brian thought it was live and he went, how come there's still just me single lives there?
So I've been interviewing myself saying, hello, is that you, Brian? Yes, it's me, Brian. Right, how old were you when you first started training? Well, I was 13. Well, what made you train? Well, I wanted to train because I seen me train at Redcar, and I went to the gym in York in what do you call the street now? Oh, it's in Hartlepool. The first place I ever went. The school teacher told me, Mr. Stoves, he said, go there and there's a gym. I can't remember. I even did it on the document. Donald McIntyre. It's still there, the gym. Park Road gym. It's the very first gym. I was 13-year-old. I went in dead nervous, and there was people training every, just. And then I went to another place. It was called Peter Fox's nightclub. Now at the back of it, you went down the stairs into an old dungeon. It was like obviously it was a dungeon type of thing. So you went down like a cellar type of thing, but it was massive. And they had the weights in there. And it was like all blokes in the 40s and that and 30s and that. I was the only kid in there, and I think I was 14 when I went there. Started training on the weights, so I got the bike for it. So my uncle actually owed my mum a few quid for a car for a mini. They bought off my dad and he couldn't afford it, so he had a set of dumbbells, old rusty dumbbells. He had about 130 pound in weight, a barbell, but it was only on them little bars. But it wasn't them plastic ones with the like chalk stuff in. Proper steel weights, pound weights, made like pounds, not kilos. And he had a bench, but the bench was like it was a bench press with two pieces of wood each side like that, drilled on, because he was a mechanic, my Uncle Tam. So he was good at building structures and that. So he built the bench and he made it like carpentry type stuff. And he made it and it was a bench press. I could bench off. I couldn't do incline or out, but you could do bench press off it. You could do flies and all that, and you could squat off it and everything. So that was how I started training. I got that in Seaton Lane. That was the first set of weights I got when I was 15, I think it was, when I got the first set of weights. But I was still training. I used to go up my Uncle Tam's, my grandma's, every Friday on the bus. I used to get two buses there. One there, one from Hartlepool. No, I've got three buses. One from Hartlepool to Middlesbrough, and from Middlesbrough to Redcar. You had two buses I used to get. And sometimes I'd get the train from Seaton Lane at the bottom to go to my nana's. And when we used to get there, my Uncle Frank, Tam and John, they were all footballers and into sports. So my Uncle Tam used to take me down in the Mini, and we'd go and train down the town. It was on the seafront, the festival. It wasn't the Olympia. It was an old gym. John Hockney, I think, had it in Clive and John Hockney had it, two brothers, and a son.
I remember, yeah.
And John, you remember little John Hockney? He was a great lad as well. He used to have a dog five rider, and we always used to train there. Dougie Sunbed.
Oh yeah.
Dougie Sunbed. There was Little Oggy.
Antberg,
Bucko, Paul McBride, great lad, John McBride.
Oh, who's that other lad who you mentioned who used to live, but no one searched for him for a while? Who used to go to the gym with you all? George. You and Tony. No, there was you and Tony. No, Peter.
Peter Ayton, he was great. Yeah, it was Terry Cooper, Peter Ayton, they were all in this gym, and they were like Franco Colombo and Arnold, and I was like, look at them, thinking, I wish I could get like that. I was only a kid. They were about 5-6 year old me. They both competed and never missed Mr. Britain. I think Peter came third, and I think Terry Cooper won, and he went to America, Terry Cooper, and he trained in Gold's Gym with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's seen all the top bodybuilders. He stayed there for a few months, and he went out there to train. Really good lad, him. But he lived up near the finishing post, I think it's called, at the other end of the race course. He lived up that way. We all got on great. We all trained. Our other friend who used to come to see us, what you call him? Kenny Page. He used to train all the time in there. He was good friends with little Loggy. He used to train with him. Red Williams, little Red, he used to train. He was a good little bodybuilder. And there was little Larry Baines. He was a great bodybuilder. There was loads of us in the gym, and there were like maybe 40 people used to train, 30, 40 people. And used to come in. Everyone got on with friends and that, and things like Peter say, "Oh, what are you doing, Peter?" He said, "I'm just going to help paint my mum's back fence. I'm going to be there all day." And I said, "Go, I'll help. We'd all help." Like 4 or 5 of us jumped the back of like a truck, like a truck, and all go with the paintbrushes and probably do it in about 2 hours. It would have took him maybe 2 days to paint. and we always helped each other in them days. And
Everyone did help each other.
Yeah, they all got stuck in, and then Peter's mum would go, "Hey, son, you all right? Do you want a lemonade?" And she'd give you biscuits and things like that. So everyone got on. It was a great time, Trap Mafia, Steve Mack. I forgot about the people. Didn't introduce them all. Rob, Steve, Paul Cresswell, Steve Mack, Trap Mafia, Romanian gangsters. I'd appreciate. Could give me the names of the Polish and Romanian gangsters. No, I haven't got a clue. Steve, Donny Boy, hello son, Hangman, is that you? Such good bro up 8. Freedom, living legend, thank you very much. Hangman audits. Give him a sub. Yeah, don't forget to sub with that. That's a great one to do. Papa, Lazaro, aka Captain Caveman. Zeus was a god who lived in the sea, and there was in the sea there was the Zeus, and there was the other one, brother. Can't remember the name. They were Greek gods lived in the sea. Demigods is like your dad's a god and you're the mortal. So it's like a demigod they call them. Donny Lad, Archie 90. Steve Mack again.
I can't get this bloody charge working.
Blue Moon. Hello, Blue Moon. You okay? Freedom Captain Caveman. Donny by ETO. Archie 90 for a long time. Mocker.
How old were you when you first started training?
I just told you all that. I was just in the full story.
Can we sing that one, Tiny Jump Song?
No.
It's good to me.
Papa Lazarenko, okay, because it's not the same one. Papa sneaking in there, trying to get me to mention him twice. Don't forget the fight Saturday.
Yeah, Papa's fighting this Saturday.
To me, B, respect to everyone, respect to you, son. Love you all the world. Show support from the channel and them, mate. Thank you very much. Don't forget to push the like buttons. 20 on, 121, 3 people watching. Cindy, hello Cindy love, you're okay. Freedom again, Donny Boy again. Trap Mafia, hey Trap Mafia, you right son? Watchdog JH. Watchdogs JH, not the case. You've got to have the genetics, you've got to have the willpower not to give in. You can't go drinking, you can't go taking drugs, you can't do nothing. I didn't have no drugs or nothing till I was 27. 26 and a bit, 26 and a half. That was the first drug I ever had, an ecstasy tablet. But I trained all them years since I was like 13 till I was 26. So it was like 13 years of training. Never had a drink. I know, and I used to wait at the doors. But I used to see them like getting mortal drunk. Think, I don't want to be like them lot. Getting like that, no mortal drunk. 50 on, 26 talk, 26 thumbs up. We'd City open shop with those tax caps. Yeah, taxman caps. You can open the shop, he said. Yeah. Rock. Hello, Rock. We'd City to be B again, see Mac. Right, do you want to ask questions, anyone? Any questions about what? Because last night was good, the questions and answers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it gives you a chance to ask me what you want to ask instead of me just talking about what I want to talk about. But yeah, I trained all that time. Like I say, went to the gyms, worked on the doors in Redcar. And I went to the gym at 18 at Redcar. I was about 12 stone. I got up to about 14.7. I went and worked on the door when I was 20. And I worked the doors there for quite a long time. It was good. Done all the pubs and clubs, restaurants and everything I used to work in. Any questions off any years?
Come with some good questions. When's Papa's fight?
29th, isn't it? 27th, 29th, is it? Saturday, isn't it? Saturday. 100 on now. Just jump there. I mean, from 50, like 120 to 50. Now it's back to 100.
I frozen for like a second. I think.
Yeah, I thought, where's the fuck's 50 people? Just gone on 10 seconds. Frozen, Brian. Oh, yeah, it's freezing.
No, it's back on now.
Yeah, I'm saying it's freezing, and somebody just said there, freezing, so it must be freezing.
Phone did as well, so I think it's just
I'm fucking freezing. It's no heating on this house.
I think it's a cable.
Cable? It's a cable. I thought it was under the table. Yeah, so I used to train the doors. I used to work, like I say, on the doors when I got to 20. I got a job in the gym, like I was telling you last night. I used to work in the race course to make a few quid. Every penny I got went on training and food. I'd like go to Hinton's and get like 3 for the price of 1, all that type of stuff, you know, like things like that, and go and get the eggs off. This lady and this man used to come. They had their own chicken farm where they had the chickens, free range eggs, and I used to get £1 a tray, 30 eggs for £1. So I used to have 30 eggs every day. So I'd have 210 eggs. A nightmare, trying to get them back on my bike, fucking, bouncing like the eggs on the handlebars. Yeah, so it was good. I used to go to the gym on a Wednesday, and they used to give me them on a Wednesday. They used to come in like on a Sunday and Wednesday and trade. Like nice people. I think they lived up Broughton Way, something like that. They had a farm thing up there. But yeah, but I got on with everyone and polite. I used to go. Yeah, we used to go to the bingo. My mate's wife used to work in the bingo. Me and my mate used to go, and George, and we go. What's that noise? Where'd you go?
No, Eli's shot on a bone.
Oh, it's on a bone about. I can hear that bone from there. I thought it was banging out the window. Rob, raise the channel profile. Give Brian some thanks and give him time to us support the channel. Thank you, Rob. All the well. You're a great lad. You're a legend, mate. So what we used to train, like you say, and we'd do little jobs, like, so, me and Uncle Tom would get jobs where he used to have a little bit of he used to get a pickup and that, and he'd do like stuff where he'd move people's furniture. And we used to do for Mick Kirk. Mick Kirk used to have a second-hand shop, and he used to work with John Waldron, was it? I think John Waldron. He used to work in there selling second-hand stuff. Now this old lady come in one day. She's about 80-year-old. She went, "Oh, I've got this clock." He said, "Oh, what's happened?" He said, "It's been a grandfather's clock." He said, "What's happened? The person who's had it's cut the bottom off." He said, "So it's not really worth that much." He said, "Oh, would you give me £150 for it? Because you need to pay these bills." This old woman, she's about 80-year-old. And I could hear him talking to him. Anyway, he said, "I can't give you that." He said, "I can give you the whatever price." He couldn't give it. She said, "Oh, I'll just leave it then." So she come back about 3 months later. She went to Sotheby's and got £150,000 fucking pound for it. It was a granddaughter clock. It was like 150 grand she got. She come back and showed him the check thing. And he's fucking gutted. He said, "Remember that old woman coming? She's only just been in with the thing. The receipt you get, 150 grand. Is it Sotheby's down London? Sotheby's. She got it there. It wasn't a grandfather clock. It was a granddaughter. So that's how much you know, John. You probably laugh. You used to live around the corner from me, John. He worked on the door for years with me. Him and Mick Gorrell's another good lad. Used to work the door. Mick Kirk used to run after. We used to have all the houses in Redcurran. He used to have a big place on the way to just as you're coming out of it in the western, on the right hand side, there's a village there, and they used to have a big massive house there. He used to have that snooker tables in and all sorts, pool tables, and a weight room and all that. Really, really, really nice, them, especially in the 80s. Really nice man. Me and little Frankie used to go for our tea and that.
Oh, little Frankie was marvellous, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was great.
He fought at Madison Square Garden, didn't he?
He did, yeah, flyweight, and he won. 17 fights in America, he had, and he won every fight.
Wow, he's marvellous, wasn't he?
Oh, unbelievable hand speed. Zimmer got me into the power.
Even when he was older, as he was getting older, Brian.
Yeah.
He was still bouncing down the high street up a sprint, like, honestly, full of it. You know what I mean?
He was marching in the army. He used to march dead fast. I was in a pub one night. I wasn't in. It was Jimmy Sharp was in. It was Frankie in, and it was race day. And there was these fucking.
That was the day I was in there as well. Yeah.
So anyway, it was race day. So next minute, these two young lads went, "Move your feet, you'd have to all cut." Jimmy was about 50 odd, but Jimmy couldn't fight. Anyway, Frank sat there going, "No, we were just two old men watching a fucking telly, watching the football or something." He said, "Move your feet or I'll move for you." And he went, so Frankie said, "Just leave him alone. And what you're going to do, you'd have to all cut." He went, bang, right uppercut, left hook. And they were both about 15 stone, and both about 25-year-old. Sparked them both, knocked him out. Jeff Robinson said, "I'll come round the corner, Brian." And they're coming out with them on fucking stretchers, brought them out on stretchers. Both of them, he was about 60-year-old when he knocked them out. So never, ever underestimate, fucking judge some, ever underestimate anybody, because he could be fighting some fucker who was unbelievable. And he was a flyweight champion in the army as well. He was unbelievable. Oh, unbelievable. He used to take me on the pads, and not the pads, so he used to take me boxing, shadow boxing out the back. He used to put a line up, the washing line. And John Black, I couldn't shadow box because there was nothing to punch, so he said, "Put that lace around there," tied the lace at the top. So the lace comes down off the washing line. So then you've got something to hit at the string. So you're hitting it because it's there. And you can go bang, 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 go around it. And you duck under that way and hit right hand and duck that way and hit right hand. It was a bit like Tyson, but I was doing it years and years with Frankie, you know, when I was a kid. And he used to teach me how to sidestep with the foot. And it's all about like ballroom dancing type moves. He said it's just like that in boxing. It's all about your footwork. If you've got great footwork, you can get out of anything by moving around them. And he's right. But you also have to be able to take a punch as well, he said. So if you haven't got that on you and you've got it all, he said, there's no doubt. He said, you've got an exceptional fighter, not just, I've got, you know, when the so-called person we won't mention kept saying online about the fight thing about the lad called Jugger, when I did a book called it'll come in tomorrow, the next day it's coming first delivery. Lee Watley sent me all the paperwork. So everyone's going to start putting all the stuff up, probably on the Facebook and that, and you can read where Julian gives his opinion on how I was. And I did do the book, and it's there. You can see the book's been done. Freedom, thank you very much, son. Thank you. And Freedom's telling you to push the like buttons. So that newspaper clipping is there. There's loads of other stuff. There's the magazine where I was at the Mike Tyson fight. There was the magazine where I'm at the Manchester United, where I'm supposed to be making all these lines up. So the great thing is I've got all the proof now with Lee, because Lee's had it for 2 years now. All the screenshots from all different newspapers, charge sheets from where I got charged from the Iceman, who was 6'10". You hear the lads. You can see the lad called Michael. Oh shit, what's he called? Michael. He's from Billingham. I can't remember his second name now. Michael something he's called, and he does a statement. He said the Iceman was something, but when Brian came through that door, he said it was something else. He said the Iceman's nearly 7 foot tall. So there's the statement from all them years ago. It's a bit tatty, you know, like dirty and that, because it's been in, like, on the wardrobe and stuff. But the statement from Michael Johnson, I think he's got. No, is it Michael Johnson? Is it Michael Johnson? I'm not sure.
Am I specs set, Brian? I can't really see a thing. They're next to you now. I've got, my eyesight is absolutely atrocious. I think I found fair.
There was some on the floor the other day, dropped there. I've got
Oh yeah, brilliant, cheers. I think you can't see anything.
Look at that. How can I bend over all that far? I told you these new exercises I've been doing. I can bend over and pick that up off the floor. Oh yeah.
Well, thank you. Really good job, Eli didn't get them, because they'd never get them back, do they?
He'd look funny with them on, wouldn't he? Yeah, so little Frankie was Anthony Lund. Thank you. You're a legend, brother. Yeah, Timmy, see you Saturday, bro. Oh, Timmy's got to see him. That's nice, Timmy.
Oh, that's lovely. Timmy's a great guy, aren't you?
He is a good kid.
Yeah, where's the fight at?
I wish I was fucking fit enough to go. That was funny. We were all on here one night. There was me, Stephen Wraith, Emma. There was another lady who does the boxing. I can't remember her name. And there was Ben Hatchett was on, and another lad. So I think it was Ashley. I think it was called. He was on. So we're on about the boxing, and it was with the lads about the Manchester lads, what you call them, Dougie Joyce and them. So they're all talking, blah blah blah. I said, "Oh, imagine Brian fighting now," and then Ben Hatchett went, "No fucker would turn up," and everyone, the whole place started laughing, didn't they?
Yeah.
On the line, there was about 8 of us talking, because it was when Thingy passed away, wasn't it? John.
Oh, Johnny Jab.
Johnny Jab passed away, so we were doing a tribute to him. So they went, and he was. So he always used to speak well as John. So we're talking.
Oh, what a lovely lad he was.
He turned around and said, "Imagine if Brian was fighting now and these days." And little Ben Hatchett went, "No fucker would turn up." all the lads, all the travellers started laughing like mad in the crowd. It was class.
Oh, and what else did I say? So he's only fighting at Sheffield, isn't he?
Sheffield.
So I wish you could make it, but do you reckon you'll make the next one, or won't you?
Yeah.
So
on the night time, right?
What time is it, Papa? Papa? No, I think you can hear me when I'm shouting.
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock at night?
No, I'm on about the telly on it. Fucking disaster tonight, isn't it? The things on it. It's funny. Singing, "There's only one Johnny Drum. There's only one Johnny Drum. Singing a song, walking in alone." And then she starts singing. She starts singing.
Everybody wants to build a Johnny Jump.
That's a different fucking song altogether.
Everybody wants to bring
There's only Johnny on. There's only Johnny on for about 20
and
fucking
Johnny,
minutes.
we must have been singing to you for about 5 minutes and he never pressed the live button.
I did. I pressed it. It was frozen.
12 o'clock? We could maybe get there, you know.
12 o'clock at night? It can't be 12 o'clock at night.
In the morning. Dinner time.
12 o'clock dinner time.
Do you reckon, Brian?
What?
You can make it for Papa. I reckon you will.
How far is it to Sheffield?
Right. So, to Sheffield, it's only down the road for me. You're talking.
Not just down the road.
I am telling you now, Sheffield is down the road. You're talking about 40 minutes max.
No.
Oh, see, it's just past Leeds and York, and before you go on that turn off.
York's an hour.
No, that's if you drive slow. Bloody hell, Brian. When's
York?
An hour?
York's fucking...
There's a new bloody bypass of it all now.
So is there a train there?
You just go past, you know, where the RAF thing is?
You'd have to better than a train, aren't you?
Oh, train takes like less than that.
Yeah.
Oh, but Papa said he could probably get someone because of anywhere.
Yeah, I'd rather go on the train because I can get him.
Right then, Papa, you're going to have to get us picked up from the train station. Brian's coming.
Helicopter, Papa. No
and
fucking
that
about.
Means I'm coming as well.
Helicopter, Papa. I need to pick it up with.
There we leave Eli with.
Fucking hell. You're not left to the fucking house.
They'll have it all the house out.
He'll say, no, it don't with me. It was Bob. It wasn't Bobby. It was Bobby.
What was the best jail you have been in, Brian?
Habrick was the best jail for a good fun. All tough lads could fight in there as well. All loads of good fighters in there. And everyone was great. But I made sure everyone was fucking behaved themselves. I was fucking went around, behave yourselves, fucking arguing over fuck all. What you arguing over now? He took the last 2 sugars. I went, I'll get you some fucking sugar for fuck's sake, man. And he said, this to come to Big Vern. He said, shut in church. I went, for fuck, behave yourself, will you? Yeah, but he's been on the phone before me, you know. I'll give you the fucking, there's the phone card. Go on the fucking phone, for fuck's sake. I was like the dad to them all in there. It was a fucking nightmare. It was good. But every day I went in, I looked after everyone. Never, ever bullied anyone. I got respect off everyone. Even the screws used to love us being in the jails because they said, every time you come around, it just all stops the trouble. I was in there for 3 with Chris Curry with the one where the other person's saying it's all made up. Well, I've got that charge sheet and I've got the actual conviction sheet and I actually got the statement of, what's he called? It's Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, yes, Michael Johnson is called from Birmingham. He made the statement against the ones in the house. It said, wasn't Brian they started on Chris, hit him on the head with like a machete, but it was a little samurai sword.
That's a great podcast. I might re-upload that, you know, that podcast with Chris Curry.
Yeah, because it tells the truth about it. And then I can put you the stuff on. But I've also got now a lad who knows where Adrian Horsley lives. So I'm going to go and see Adrian, video him, and you can hear him telling me how many fucking Cosworths. And I've also got a picture of me Cosworth. Back then, I was driving down a place called Darlington Back Lane. Now, my friend Little Don knows where I'm on about. So I was driving down, and I was coming back through Darlington. I've been to see some travellers over or something. Anyway, I was down there. I was coming back, and in this rain, you know, them lanes where they're all fucking zigzags. So the nosy fucking farmers, this woman's broke down. So he's got his his Land Rover, pulled her off the road. Now, it was only about 8 foot wide, 7 foot wide, if that. You could go past each other like that way, you know, like go up and down. One's coming this way, one going that way. So they're on this side of the road. He's pulling this woman off. This other woman's come around the corner, couldn't see me because his Land Rover's in the way and pulling the car out. So I'm sat there going, right, flashing to let him out. Anyway, this fucking woman's come around the corner, hit his car, a wheel snapped, the wheels come out and fly towards me, and the wheel comes straight into my car. But I was lucky because in them days you didn't have to wear a seatbelt. If I was wearing a seatbelt, it would have killed us. So it's come in where your door is, the door rest, smashed all that a bit. And I've ducked like that because I had the hands-free phone on in the Cosworth. And I've ducked, it's a white Cosworth. I've ducked down at that and the wheels went past me and stuck into the side of the door here and into the frame of the window. Fucking hell, anyway, the woman went, screaming shit herself. She pulled her handbrake, got out. I mean, I could have went that way, head in the ditch. But if you go into the ditch, you don't get no insurance money. They've got to hit you, see. Anyway, she hit me. She admitted straight away it was her. And I got it put in the garage over. Phil Walker did it. And it was his brother. What's his brother called? Phil Walker. I can't remember his name. He's still got the garage. He does the MOTs. I mean, it's over Middlesbrough, and he took the car in, and you see the car in bits, and he's fixing the car. There's pictures of my Cosworth, the white one, which was a Q Reg one, which I took off Craig Howard, taxed it. So I've got that as well to show you as well. So I never had a Cosworth, and I've also got hold of M&O, Steve Ireland, knows where his mum lives. He worked on my cars, all of my cars. He knows every car he worked on. I'm going to do an interview with him as well, just to make this idiot make look even more stupid. So we're going to start going around people where we trained in the gyms, what weights I lifted, and people will tell you what happened. Go to the gyms where I broke the records, and people come in. So I was there that night when he did it. So it just looks really good. Getting confirmation of all these stories. I have a snail cream for your face. Laugh out loud. Snail cream for your face. Takes you, by the time you get it on, takes you about a week. Snail cream. 163 on, 150 thumbs up. Go on, guys, you can do better. Don't forget to push the like buttons. Every night we're hitting over 100. Today we've got about 140 likes from last night. We just want to keep going. Do the trolls' heads in because it's really affecting them. We are laughing and joking, having a laugh every day. I'm going to bed every night now. I'm getting up fresh as daisy every day. I'm getting fresh as a daisy, sleeping like a log.
Oh, look, he's going to Papa's fight this week.
I'm going to Papa's fight.
So that's amazing. Simon Page, little Eli's. Oh, he soon learned he was back to normal yesterday, didn't I? When he was doing his bully runs, I came in. I said to Brian,
"Oh, that's
the
it.
dog's mental."
That's the only thing I was going to put out in the fight. I was going to say there's a challenge here. Eli wants to fight Papa when he wins this fight to see who's the champion of the Northeast. No rules, no gloves. Just pause.
Papa, hold on. Can you see my arm there? He was spinning round that fast in the rain yesterday, wasn't he?
Well, he hates
I
rain.
went dizzy.
Most bull terriers hate rain, so she took it
and
out
then
the
he
rain.
started nipping me when I tried to grab
Right their ass and everything.
Oh, I thought nightmare. I know what Papa felt like now.
Oh, he ripped he fucking ripped his coat off. He's going, help, help, he's screaming. I said, you big shit, I was only a little dog. He's ripped me fucking...
running away.
He grabbed his jacket, he grabbed his coat at the back. Simon was fucking creased up on the side of his mates from Doncaster way, I think, Bridlington. And then Papa's coat, he went, you can have the fucking coat and throw the coat. And Eli went, ripped it off him. He said, that fucking dog's mental. He ran the kitchen, and then when we let him back in, he went outside. He was looking through the window. Papa was going, look, he's trying to get me. Look, he's going to get me. Then our church leader, Tony Grange, come around. He went, Eli's looking at me dead funny. I'm scared. Remember?
Yeah, I was crazy.
He went, Eli's looking at me through the window. I'm scared.
He was only about 12 weeks old, wasn't he?
He was a baby.
Like a little baby.
So his eyes are all black. I mean, he's not a demon, you know. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Colin. Nice, lad, Colin. Glad you're feeling better, Colin.
Hiya, Colin, son. You all right, my brother? I hope you're eating well. Yeah, so yeah, we.
I'll totally beat up Timmy B for me, like I did a runner into Brian's room.
Simon Page, all the ones up. Yeah.
Hiya, Brian. Great to see you. Hope we both well and in great spirits. Great to see you pushing forward, Brian.
Yeah, I've got to push forward now, haven't you, mate? So we were in the mud, stuck in mud and sludging. Now we just climbed to the top of the tree now. I'm making a jacket potato. How dare you make jacket potatoes on my life? You should be watching the show. Colin, Colin McGuire, that's a little Colin, eh, Colin, son? Simon Page. I thought loud Steve's pleasure, mate. Yeah. You think Zeus? Yeah, I don't know that one.
Brian, what do you... Oh, we hate it, don't we, when people dox people online. It's awful.
Oh, I don't like people getting doxed online. I think it's shit.
It's
I've never done it to anyone and never will. It's not my thing. But I'll get out to say I'll phone you up or I'll meet you anywhere you fucking want. If you want to come and see me, come to my house and see me. Why would you do it online? Because it's just a cowardly thing to do online. Just shit houses. So, be a man and go and see someone.
Maria Howarth.
Maria Howarth. The Marinator. The Marinator.
The like button, thank you.
Oh, yes, don't forget the rocks on. Here we've got the rock on.
Oh,
the rock's on. I'll fight you. Pat wants to fight you, Rock. Get in there with him, Rock. Even if you lose, Papa. You'll be in everywhere, Telly. Get the rocks in.
Right. What's your favourite?
Dwayne Douglas in it. That's his name. I think he's great, mate. I really like the lad. I mean, struggled because he got called all names when he obviously where he's from. Got bullied and everything as a kid and everything, and he's come out of it and he's helping people all over. He's got a brilliant physique, and he's a really down to earth, lovely, nice human being. He loves people. He's a great kid.
What's your favourite meal, Brian?
Probably spaghetti bolognese, and I like. I like.
Good that we said that. You might have got body shot.
I like. Could be a sick thing to do. Yeah, you're right, mate. 100%.
Lee Camwell. Elise from Redcar. Autistic man.
Hello, autistic man.
Right?
I love you to bits, son. He's a great lad, autistic man, a proper gentleman.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
Simon Page, you're a legend.
Oh,
Yeah,
Simon Page,
Bobby,
thank you.
And Master Eli. Yeah, you're right. It'd be like Eli is the fucking master fucking terrier, bull terrier. I've noticed how Papa hasn't come back with that answer.
Autistic man, yes, it's good for both you guys and channel. It's the best way now.
166 on, 59 up, thumbs up. Just keep pushing the thumbs up. Autistic man, class act. Lee Canwell.
What's your least favourite food, Brian?
Least favourite food, junk food. I used to love fish and chips at certain places, but the one round ours is minging. It's all, when you go in and you can wring it out, like all the fat on it. It's terrible. I like the fish and chips. I like the one at Hartlepool. It's lovely. It's called Young's.
Oh,
lovely people.
Nothing but the truth podcast. I'll tell you this, Brian. It's actually covering truth from what I've said about you and Emma in the past. I was totally wrong about you and Emma. Totally respect you and the family, and I'm sorry about it all.
Don't worry about it, brother. We all make stupid mistakes. Look at me. We've all done daft things in life, but at the end of the day, to come out with it and be a man like that. So we love you too, brother. And that's how Jesus works.
Jesus forgive us, didn't he?
Yeah, Jesus forgives us. So we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect apart from me.
Uncle Pipsqueak, Brian, I love it. How's your arthritis?
I've got arthritis, mate. It's I've got trapped nerves. My nerves are still trapped. I'm still going to have to get another operation, I think, on my neck to sort it out because the hand's not working properly because the doctor actually slipped on C5 vertebrae and left me right hand paralysed. That's what's happened. But I'm still trying every day. I'm still training good, but I can't do things like eat my food properly and things like that. So I'm going to have to go back in for constructive surgery. That's what we're going for because they've done the mistake. They've admitted they've done the mistake. Autistic man, he's there. Trap Mafia.
That's nice. We keep pushing forward, mate. It's down the right path, fella.
Yeah, we're on the right path now. Sometimes the devil gets you, sometimes and traps you. And these people who try to pull you down, they're actually working for the devil because when you're doing good, like my other great friend, Exposure TV, he says, what it is, Brian, because you're doing so good, you help so many people, the devil doesn't like it. So the devil's got these evil people, twisted demon type people, attacking you from all over because he doesn't want you to be successful and help people. He wants you to let people die and give up and be depressed, and he can't stand it. So you will get attacked. But if you keep praying to the Lord Jesus, which we never have been doing, and stick by your good friend, and that's what we've got on here. Great people.
Lost our way. I don't even take our eyes off.
Take our eyes off the road. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I think it can happen to a lot of people.
Well, it can happen to anyone, kind of. It's just that the devil's great. It could conning you, whispering in your ear, and giving you little false fucking negative things that aren't real. Makes you think things that aren't true, like the snake in the garden. When they ate the apple, the snake might have a bite. That's the devil.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of them about. And do you know what?
We've got rid of our snakes. We've got rid of the snakes. They've gone.
Life's too short, isn't it? And,
of course
and
it
it's
is.
Awful.
Well, you've only got one life, and you don't. Like I was just hit the nail on the head. You're not here a long time. You're here a short time. So let's live your life to the most, because one day you won't be no more.
And I think it just, that's so true. Watch Dogs Isaiah 54:7, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And
I like them. I like them quotes.
Yeah, I do. Oh, that's what I did, Johnny.
God bless
Watch Dogs, Johnny.
God bless
put
you,
on the
Ash.
armour of God.
Yeah, he's a nice lad, Ash. He is a nice lad.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, Brian?
I hope my hand's going to be better, and I hope I'll be able to go out there and speak to thousands of people all over to try and get kids off drugs, to try and get people off depression, to try and get people in rehabs to get themselves off the drugs and to have just help do the Lord's work. And if I can do that, even in a few years' time, if I keep going, I feel like it's going to be a great purpose in life. No, it's not the money or anything I would want. I'd just like to help people. And the more people you help, the more you feel good inside.
Well, Rob's a great lad, isn't he? He's just been over to some channel there that is so Rob's ended up trolling as well.
It's funny, Rob, it's very intelligent, Rob.
Help the homeless, nothing but the truth podcast is saying.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's what you would like to do, isn't it? Help homeless people.
That's what anyone struggling with like mental health, homeless people, army, anybody with any addictions, any issues, depression, anything like that we can help would be great. But nice to start setting up places where we can go and talk, and like say a place in Darlington once a week, somewhere like in Hartlepool once a week, maybe somewhere in Redcar once a week, so you can just go in and give people hope and give people to let other people know there's other people with them sat there saying, I've got that type of depression, I've got that addiction, I've got that. So you're not just sat alienated in the house thinking, I'm going to kill myself, I'm depressed, I'm going to do this, and get that out of their heads. And it's the devil again. That's what he does. He whispers in your ears, tells you to do things that are wrong, tells you to take your life. And that's him. Another one in hell then. And that's what he likes, the devil. People depressed, people fed up. He can't stand when all the nice people come together and congregate and speak nice things and help each other. He hates it. It does his head in. Rock, did you see I put Sheffield 108 mile? Yeah, 59 minutes away. Thank you, Rock. You're a legend. Sweeney Todd, Brian, I always say we're here for a good time, not a long time. Sweeney Todd, I like that saying. Absolutely fantastic. Really good. Like you say.
What's your advice for people with schizophrenia, Brian?
Schizophrenia, you've definitely got to go and see a psychiatrist. Go and see a GP. Go and see a psychiatrist. You must go because they know exactly how the mind works. That's their job to do that, like a car mechanic. If your car's broke, you go to a mechanic. If your teeth are busted, you go to a dentist. If you cut your leg, you go to the hospital, get it stitched. So when it's your mind, you've got to know someone who knows about the mind. That's a psychiatrist. And there's no shame in sitting talking to a doctor like somebody talking to somebody for a car mechanic to fix the car. It's the exact same thing because you've got one issue, there's another issue. So that's the same thing. So if you go and see that doctor and he explains to you how it works and how your brain works, then you get better. You take a few tablets. And within a couple of months, you're better. Because what it is your mind. It's like a seesaw. One minute you can have too much chemicals on one side and not enough on the other side. So what they do is to put them in you where you can balance them out. So the chemicals in your brain are just level. It's just like a seesaw with too much. If you've got somebody 10 stone there and somebody 20 here, it's always going to go down this side because the 20 stone. That's what it's a bit like, my analogy. So if you get your mind sorted out, because all it is it's so many chemicals of one thing are not enough another chemical, and they'll work it out for you. And you get there, and after a couple of months, you come out like my brother. You get depot injections every 2 weeks. He's a little bit groggy, but it keeps him right, keeps him 100%. But without them, before he goes downhill like a ton of bricks. So yeah, it can make you really bad, can make you schizophrenic, can make you suicidal, can make you violent towards your partners and things like that. And you don't mean to do it, but it's just the illness you've got. And all it is. People get embarrassed with it because I've got it. It's all it is an illness. What if you had chicken pox? You wouldn't be embarrassed. You go and you can say, I've got chicken pox. What if you break your leg? You go and get a pot on it. So when your mind's gone, you've got to go and see someone who knows about your mind, which is a psychiatrist, and that's the best thing to do. Don't sit there pretend there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me.
Steve actually say there, like, because Bobby has the same as you, Steve. Steve has like paranoid schizophrenia. Believe me, it's not nice at all.
No, it's not.
No.
It's good when you've got people like me, he phones me whenever, and I say, listen, this is what's happening to you, that's happening to you, this is happening to you. And then when you talk, and then they listen to you, think he knows what he's on about him and helps you. Because I do know what I'm talking about, obviously, because my brother having it for years and my mum having it. But every day, but listen to you and feel good after being on here. Thank you, Zoo Girl. You're welcome anytime. Anyone who needs help, it's just nice to help. But don't be embarrassed to go to the doctor and say, look at Tyson Fury. Look at Mike Tyson, look at myself. I can't paranoid to death with the drugs. Looking at windows, thinking people are going to get you and things like that. It's terrible. So I know that fear. It's fucking horrible. It's the worst feeling in the world. You just look at tablets, think, I'll take them. I don't want to be here no more. My head's gone. You just feel like killing yourself and jumping out of a window or walking under a bus. But it's your mind because it's gone, especially if you're on drugs. That's the worst thing. If you're getting schizophrenia only when you go on drugs, well, that's the thing. It's causing it because drugs like cocaine and speed and all them different things. They're called mind-altering drugs. So they alter your mind to think totally different. It's like the devil's dandruff, I call it cocaine. You take it and then you're bad. If I had coke, mate, I'd be paranoid to death. I can't take it. It's just 4 years I've been off it. I can't take it. Even if I wanted to take it, I don't want it no more. But you'd know if I had, I could be like, half jumpy as fuck all over the place. It's just not for me. But it took me years and years to get off it, but I finally got off it. But that's what I was getting paranoid when I was on it. It's cocaine psychosis, it's called. But I got myself clear 4 years and I've never had it once now. I've never been bad once with schizophrenia or I haven't got schizophrenia. I just had the cat psychosis when I was on it. But if you're taking drugs and it's giving you that's what's doing it. As soon as you stop the drugs, it'll stop. The paranoid will stop. So you should.
Criswell. Oh, I didn't know that. Can you come and diagnose me? Because I'm not sure how many personalities I've got. Paul Criswell's. Very true, Brian. I'm a psychologist and can vouch for the fact that sometimes the brain goes haywire and most complicated things on earth, but with treatment, things can and do get better.
That's right, yeah.
Paul, can't you bloody...
Can you sort our last out?
Can't you give us one? Because I know... Well, Marie Howard said that I've got bipolar or personality disorder. But it's not the first time I've been told it, so I think I better get...
You tell me now after 4 years of marriage... 4 fucking years of marriage, and now she tells me she's got schizophrenia.
But there's a few personalities.
I was wondering why I kept fucking saying nice going business in the house.
Paul, I wouldn't mind to chat with you one day. Let me have a look.
My mate's a psychologist and all, anyhow. Steve Norton. Steve Norton, he's a lovely lad. And he's the same. If you're getting out of bed, your brain is it's 3 pounds of weight. But that's the most complicated computer in the world. These big, massive computers are nothing compared to your brain. Your brain can take more input than any computer in the world. But what you can do sometimes, you can overload your brain with too much of thinking about something, and you keep thinking about the same thing and going round. I call it ruminizing. You're in a room looking round and round and round, or you're on like a roundabout where you're going round. No, that's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It goes all the way back round, it's not going to happen. Right. Yeah, but what if that happens and it starts again, round and round? So you're going round and round like a fucking lunatic, and the merry-go-round, round and round and round, the same thing. So you keep coming back to the same thing. And then you start doing things like, I'm going to have a panic attack. I'm going to have a panic attack. I'm going to have a panic attack. So you then brain's telling your body to have a panic attack. So you set yourself up for the panic attack. So you have the panic attack because your brain's telling you to have it. And then what happens then is, once you start having the panic attacks, your body starts taking over your brain. So it works. Instead of your brain controlling your body controls your brain. So you start having the panic attack every single day because you've programmed your brain to do it.
What jobs, Johnny? Psalm 23. I love that. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are my Lord, and my staff guide me. You lead me beside still water. You make me lay down in pastures green. Yeah, I love that.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. I love that. And as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. I used to look at my favourite thing. That's what I got for how skinny when he passed away. My staff comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all my life, because I am now walking in the house of the Lord. John Sweeney Class saying, mate, hate people who judge people. No, fuck all.
Michael's the best Archangel. Joe Blogs, he was the bestest one. And he'll be back. Yeah,
you're right, mate. People talk about other people, and they're full of shit.
Do you know what? And this is, I used to go to church a lot, and I would always speak to Tony if I didn't go to church, wouldn't I, Brian?
Yeah.
And it's like gossip and stuff is one of the worst things, and nastiness and all that, isn't it? And you just lose your way. And I've lost my way, but I'm back.
It's that snake in your ear. You know, the snake in the Garden of Eden. Eat the apple, eat the apple. That's all you got to remember. Remember that when it's in your ear. Think about that horrible snake and Adam and Eve. And that's how they ate the apple, because that snake was the devil going, eat the apple, eat the apple, eat the apple. And then God said, do not eat the apple, but he made them do it. And that's how everything started to fall to pieces.
And you've got to remember, when the devil comes in, like as we've done a couple of times over things that have happened to the house and the trolling and stuff, just remember that Jesus defeated the devil at the cross. So there, see that the devil in it, gone. And he did.
Yeah.
You know, in heaven, Brian.
Yeah.
Me and Tony Granger were reading something once. They won't even mention the devil's name, and that's why he can't get into heaven. You can only get in if you give him airtime, can he?
Yeah. but he's still there. You've got to remember this. The devil's greatest trick was letting people think he doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a devil. No such thing as a devil. But there is, believe me. And there's demons. There's 100% demons. You've seen them people out there that's completely gone in the head.
Oh, sweet. So you can talk to Brian anytime, he'll always answer your messages. I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. It means that I'm classed as a sociopath, but I've got my dog Dodger I rescued 11 years ago. That's amazing, isn't it?
BPD is called borderline personality disorder. I had a friend in jail called Dave Full Honeywell. He is a psychologist, and he's also like an FBI agent where they're going to do all the forensic stuff. He's like one of them, a forensic expert, and he does them in the in York colleges for the kids and that. He does all the stuff there. And he speaks in there, and he used to have it. I used to say, "You've got a borderline personality disorder. What's that mean?" I says, "If I say to you now, I've just heard a lad called Andy Smith. I'm going to batter that, Dave. You'd just go and get a knife and stab, wouldn't you? Yeah, because what I've told you." I said, "So what you're like a clockwork toy. I can put the key in you like that, wind it up and go, Dave, he's just done that. So then, bet all your jail, what you've done all these 5 years, and he's done about 20 years in jail." He said, "All of it's through the people tell me." He said this, he said that, she said that. He's gone out and stabbed them, and they haven't said fuck all half the time. So the people trying to get you to do jobs for them because they know you've got mental health problems. Don't listen to other people's bullshit unless it's somebody you know really well. But don't be getting into other trouble for other people, because as soon as they get caught, as soon as they get caught, they'll grass you up and say it was you who's done it. That's what they do. People that can't help themselves.
Mark Emerson said, "I'm so glad that you're both on deal again. It's great to see wrestling." When are you bringing the taxman hats out?
I don't know. I'm going to have to.
Soon,
I'm going to get some made. I'm going to get some Eli ones. I'm going to get some little Eli dogs. They look marvelous, the little Eli dogs. The kids would love them. Yeah. Don't let them bite the kids, though. Don't let the nasty Eli come out. Papa's going, "Don't be getting any of them." Yeah, I'll get them for Papa's kids. Get them for Papa's kids. Give him two. Just keep an eye on him. Use two Eli's in his house. The baby's going to bed with him. I'll get Eli to bite you. They'll say.
Big White Gorilla said, "All right, Brian. Still remember McIntyre's face when you were training. I'll catch you with a right uppercut. They're coming for your shot. All the best for Manchester, mate."
Thank you, Manchester. I got on with loads of lads from Manchester, from Salford and places like that when I was in Havrick. Got on with them really well, and I've done a bit of business down there with the lads down there. Nice lads, really nice lads. I give some respect. You give respect, you get respect. You talk shit, shit comes back at you.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we'll have to do that. I think it's quite simple to get them hats.
I think Rick Seabiscuit, that's 78. That's exactly. Sometimes these things happen to you and make you more stronger. He's 100% right there.
Good evening, right?
Anthony Lunn's funny. He says, "Every time I drink a cup of tea, I get pain in my eye, but I keep forgetting to take the spoon out."
Michael and Stephen have been great friends of Brian's over the years, for a lot of years, haven't they?
33 years.
33 years. And they've always been, Michael's loyal. One of my favourite people.
He's just loyal,
intelligent and stuff. Yeah. It's disgusting what's going on at Housley.
Bad job, both on the weekend.
Video Code knows all about merchandise. She's in my Jack Russell jacket. A Jack Russell jacket. That'll be a good idea. And Eli jacket. He's not a Jack Russell, is he?
Who isn't?
Eli.
No. Why would you want a Jack Russell jacket on?
No, Eli? The Rock said it and confused me in the end. I didn't know. We'd see Eli's leg is absolutely amazing now, because he decided to do zoomies when I was holding him yesterday and then start nipping me, and I did a running from him and left him with Bobby. But he's fine now. He's back to normal Eli, and you didn't even recognise him over the road, did you, Brian? How big he is? Remember when Bobby was with him? Are you Ian Beals? I was going to say his team, then. I've already said it. Working wheels. I have a Jack Russell. Oh, Rock has a Jack Russell, so he said make dog coats.
Oh yeah,
that's a good idea.
The taxman on them for the Jack Russell. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I was talking with a picture of Eli on, and my audit said that's good.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was on about. You could make Eli jackets, like Eli's name.
Watchdog said he'd love an Eli t-shirt.
Yeah, like an Eli jacket with his Eli on there jumping up or something. I tell you what, Eli jacket getting Papa that'll go fucking millions. Eli Papa like that. 21 fucking half stone. 6'5", fucking jumping up with a little dog on him. That'll be class on the back, like.
Yeah, but you know, because we always, when you're with someone, you don't see how big they get, do you?
No.
So we don't realise how big he is, and it was only because you looked out that dog the other day, I wouldn't have recognised it was Eli.
No, because I haven't seen him outside for about 3 weeks, probably.
They've all seen Eli merchandise.
That's the one, Eli merchandise. Kids will love him.
Should I share Eli's channel in? And I never share Eli's. So Eli's got his own little channel, Eli English Bull Terrier, and it's so lovely. There's no badness on there, is there?
No.
He has people from all over the world.
It's absolutely hilarious when he's saying Mama, Mama, and he's going Emma, Emma. And somebody went, fuck off, stop talking shit. So put it on and you'll see it. And her friend came on and she went, I can't believe that. I can't believe he's saying that. Emma, Emma, Emma. He said about 10 times in a row.
He talks like crazy with you, doesn't he?
Oh, he never stops talking to me. I can't understand a fucking word he's saying. Like, he's like,
when I said, you talking a lot, aren't you? And he went, yeah. Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
You have to check that channel out, Little Eli's channel.
Winnie Banks lads are great lads. Ian Beale, Jelly Deals, I think you're did.
Ian, sorry about that the other day. I think I was having one with different personalities was coming up. Much love to Turnhill, North Shropshire. Regards, Mark in Jesus' mighty name. Mark Austin, lovely to see you on. Me and Todd have moved to countryside out the way out. With my dog out of a bad situation. Dog J is the reason for me to get up in the morning. It's pit bull, cross American bulldog. They're beautiful dogs as well.
Yeah, even if you've got a fish or a mouse or a little cat or something, when you've got something to love and care for, it gives you more outlook in life because you think, I've got to feed Felix or whatever, and you get up, hey baby, how are you doing? You play with it. You treat them like little babies, and they give you all the love in the world just for a cuddle and a bit of meat. And that's what they like, animals. It doesn't matter what animal you've got, they love you.
I know,
because
unconditionally love, isn't it?
Beautiful love it is.
Yeah,
that's a good one you've just come out with there, mate. Time to go out for a good long walk and takes all the garbage out your head. Yeah, you're right. Fresh air and a good long nice walk, and in the sunshine as well. Gives you vitamin D as well, makes you happy, makes your mood go back up.
AJ Tracy, I hope you're well. John Swain, oh gorgeous dog. He is so lovely. But he's just he is a bit of a little bully, don't he? He's starting to be with me, isn't he?
He is a bully, so that's what he is. It's called an English Bull Terrier.
I've been out to go to the shop with Brian there just to get some fags, and then I've come in the house and he then started
like cigarette.
And he was going, and then putting me because
but he doesn't like fags. Can't you tell? He's telling you. Every time she goes back for fags, he's like, doesn't like fags. He chews them up and everything, chews the lighters up, everything. He's trying to tell you to stop smoking.
Hangman Audits, Brian English Bull Terrier. Do you know what, Hangman Audits? But when Brian said it was his favourite type of dog, right? I said, I don't ever want one of those dogs. For some reason, I had it in my head that they were terrible. Now, I don't know how I've lived without an English Bull Terrier. The most funniest, characteristic, loving,
and loyal,
talk to you. They're always doing something funny.
Clowns, clown of dogs.
They're called clowns of dogs.
Harlequins as well, they call them. The clown, the Harlequin. So the funniest dogs. Our friend David Ashton was a barrister. He said he had one when he was younger. He said they're absolutely hilarious.
No, it's so funny. Well, if you watch some of them videos, even from him being little, when I'm trying to get him to come downstairs, if he doesn't want to do something, what do?
He's 5 weeks old on the settee, and he's trying to jump up now. Trying to jump off a settee about 3 foot height, right? Can you imagine? It's only that big, like the size of that bottle, a little bottle like that. That's how big it is. He's going to jump off a settee, a bit like us jumping off the top of the roof of a house.
I know.
And he's jumping on poor Scrappy's back. Scrappy's like 10.5 stone.
He wouldn't give up, would he? Remember when he first met Scrappy? I knew the dog was being scared. He was tiny.
Scrappy was brilliant with him. God bless him. Miss him.
Do you remember when he was going up the stairs and Eli was like stuck halfway off? He was on about that the other day. Yeah.
Push him up with his nose, wasn't he?
But honestly, amazing.
They were so funny together. Like the house was never ever boring with them two because they were always play fighting and everything. Eli used to knock hell out of him. He just never ever hurt him.
Oh, he was a little bug on it. He was
biting his ears, biting his fucking ears off. And trying to bite his tail and everything. It was like a little get.
But he looked after him, didn't he?
I didn't have to look after him. He wouldn't let, the only problem was people come near here, he'd go, Scrappy, because he wouldn't let us. Like if we used to go out with Scrap, he'd look at people, normal people. If you seen him coming, he'd go, and you growl at them. And when he growled at you, shit yourself. He was 36 inches in height. He was 10.5 stone. The vets, John McLean said in the vets, I've never seen an Akita that big in my life. Like a wolf. But that's what they are. We go back 600 years, the Akitas. They were actually for the royal family, Japanese family. It was a Japanese family, and they looked after them for years and years. They used to use them as their hunting dogs. Like two Akitas will bring down a 10-foot, 300-pound bear. That's how brave they are.
Yeah, definitely. Two seconds. Tracy's on about doing some a dinner for the homeless people at Christmas time. I said we'll advertise it for, won't we?
Yeah, we'll help with that. We're good. What we usually do at Christmas, we try and get like a raffle thing to get money in for people, and we put it into someone who's got nothing, so we could do that. Help, couldn't we?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to help. It'd be easier for you if you got something to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He always nominates me for a cook.
Yeah. No, I'm saying with somebody else
I know,
helping you
yeah,
together.
like,
just doing your own doing it.
Yeah.
It's no good on your own. It's too much stress, too much hard work. You need help.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that, Ian, about your dog cutting his paw. Make sure you get it all cleaned out. Make sure there's no glass in his foot for God's sake, because it'll go septicemia poisoning and it can kill the dog. So you need to get it washed out, even with a bit of Dettol or something like that to clean it.
You'd be able to feel it, wouldn't you, if you'd have gone over the paws?
But if you need to get your hands, just touch it, and if it yelps, there's glass in him still. Try and even if with little tweezers or something you can pull it out with. But make sure you get that glass out, because if you don't, it can go septicemia, it can kill the dog. Because it gets dirty glasses to have dirt in it. Even with humans, the same, exact same. You think about it, a little spelk goes in your thumb, and you're like, leave it a week, and it just goes up all poisonous, because it's what it is that the stuff going to it, the water is trying to push it out, because it's not supposed to be in it. It's a foreign body, so that liquid goes to it, it goes like poisonous in the end, and you'll squeeze it, and poison comes out your finger, and that's by just one tiny little spelk off a piece of wood.
Yeah, Ian's given me a lot of good advice. When he likes liquid cooling and stuff, and he loves these dogs as well, bless.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't like animals is not right in the head. There's definitely something wrong with them. Especially people who hurt animals. I'm sorry for swearing, but I fucking hate anyone hurting animals. If I see anyone in the street hurting an animal, I wouldn't be able to control myself. I'd strangle them. Can't see it. I'm not two people out. And then there's another one, I'll tell you, they were fighting the dogs when them.
Yeah.
And one was in Warrenby, they were fighting them. Well, 10 dogs they had. And one was in Yarm, and it was the travellers fighting fucking dogs with dogs. I jumped over the fence. I was in the cosmos, jumped over the fence, saying, come on. I screamed at them all. Oh, like, bribe. I said, I chased them up the thing. I phoned the RSPCA, they phoned the police. I never got them locked up, but I got every dog safe. There was one poor dog there, it was all bit all over.
Aww.
And I took it to the vet, and I got it right. And I give it to someone who looked after it. And it was a lovely little dog. But they're called baiting dogs. What they do is they have the ones who want to fight, say, the bull terriers, or the American bulldogs, or American pit bulls. They put like a little weak dog in, so it'll kill it straight away. So it gives it more bottle. So they put the weak dog in. You dirty bastard! I'm saying when the RSPCA, I was grabbing one of the travellers. I said, you get in, fight the dog. You couldn't get in there. Well, Brian, leave him. I want to put him in with the dog to let the dog fight him. See how he fucking likes it.
Fucking can't stand it. You can't fight yourself. Don't have your dog fighting. It's
just vile. And then there was another one when I was at Mickey Harrison's. Mickey Harrison confirmed this from Groveville. It's Steve Mack's mate. There was one there that was a big chow dog. And he was kicking it in the street, this fucking dog, and I've punched him and knocked him over the fence. It was like there's a wall going around, about 2.5 foot wall. He fell over the wall and fell into Mickey Harrison's garden. And there he had 2 Rottweilers, and the Rottweiler savaged him. I went, that'll fucking teach you that. That's poetic justice. So he's hit this big chow dog, like a big lion it was. It was matted to pieces, all its face, all matted. Took it to the vets, checked it out, and then took it to the poodle, the pound where you clean it. And I give it the old woman 2 doors away from Michael. She had it for years and years. Big, massive chow thing. Like a big line, it was like. Hated it. Big blue tongues I've got.
Oh, AJ Tracy Brown. Now, Foggle Terrier is my favourite breed. My eldest girl was called Bulma. She was the same as Eli and lived till she was 17 years old. So that's amazing.
Ridgeback.
Yeah, they are amazing.
Yeah, Ridgeback's a lovely dog. The mate used to have one. They're actually made for.
Rick had one. Can you remember?
Yeah, I used to bring it to the Eclipse Club. So what they had them for? They had them to stop the lions. That's what they fight lions in Africa. And the white farmers used to have them to stop the lions coming in and killing the cattle.
You've heard about the Kangal dogs, the Turkish ones,
the real name is a Rhodesian Ridgeback. That's the real name of them. Rhodesia, I don't think exists no more now. It's used to be called Zimbabwe Rhodesia.
Yeah, they look dangerous, them Kangals. And Joe Blocks, yeah, that's...
There was one of my friend, Chris Curry, the other week, it pulled the kid up the street and ripped his whole arm off. He's got no arm now.
Oh, and poor Bob Smith, our friend, he got attacked, didn't he?
Yeah.
I had some bad bites, didn't I?
Yeah.
But it's the owners, isn't it? It's not the dogs.
No, it's not the dogs. It's the way you treat the dog. It's like kids. You treat kids like animals. They act like animals. If you treat dogs like babies, they act like babies. There's a little girl I seen the other day. She's the dog. It says 138-pound dog, and the little girl's about 8-year-old, and the dog's jumping on. She goes, sit, and she cuddles it, and the dad's obviously talking to her, and she's going sit. She throws the ball, and the dog catches the ball. It's hilarious. I always watch the dog things with the dogs, and like bull terriers and that. This is it's nearly nearly 10 stone. The little girl's only like that, about 4 stone or something. And she's cuddling the dog, and it's pulling her all over, playing with it. Just great to see when kids are playing with dogs, and that's marvellous.
And they're so happy when you come home, aren't they? And the tails are waggling and all that. And then they're just so lovely.
You think you've just been away about 20 years. You've only been in the corner shop 10 minutes. Then he comes up and he'll go, this is what he does. Two scratches. Two. Like that. They make that noise, but even louder. And that means Dad open the door. Yeah. If I don't open the door, he'll go mental with me at the door. Yeah, so I open the door for him, let him in. And then
like that, innit?
And then, and then he comes in and he'll just stare at you like pure black eyes, as you know, the bull terriers. He looks like a shark. He'll look at you and he'll look at you like that, and he'll mean on the bed, or he'll look that way, and that means cuddle.
He has to do your hands on you, like you're convinced he's helped the circulation in your hand.
Yeah, so I'll put my hand out, but I'm sleeping out in the middle of the night. He'll come in, my hand's out the bed with a pulley hand. He never licks that hand, ever. Just that when it's bad. He licks it and he massages it with his tongue. He's like proper licking it really hard. And you can feel the difference in your hand when he does it. It's marvellous. And then he'll go, ugh. That means he wants on the bed. And then he'll do frog legs. He'll lay like that, like a frog on the bed. And
if I go in, he goes mental.
And she comes in and she gets on the bed and sits next to me. He gets her off like that. He goes, ugh. He'll push her right off the bed, from one end of the bed to another, right the way off. And she'll go around the other end, start tormenting him like that, and start trying to get her. She torments him, but he goes for her. And she wonders why he nips her. She calls him Horrible Harry, she calls him, and he hates it.
Come on, little Horrible Harry, don't.
And he goes, ugh. He never bites hard, he just nips her. But he's that strong, he doesn't realise his own strength. He's unbelievable. I remember a story about a cat that went missing. Somehow they went to Wales, these people, and the cat got in the back of this car. And say this house was here, and then people have a cat next door, and we were going to Wales from here. So this cat's jumped in the car, thinking it was going with the people. But they went in the neighbour's car and they moved to Wales in a van. And they went all the way to Wales. And they got off at Wales, and the cat got out somewhere. And 9 years later, they come back home to Wales, from all the way there from Wales back to London. I was in the paper about it. Cat comes home after 9 years. Unbelievable.
Ian Bales just said, shut the wife and the dog in the boat for half an hour and see which one is pleased to see you.
I like that one.
What about that thing that we saw the other night? It is marvellous, isn't it? That thing I sent you about there was 2 English bull terriers.
I know there with his little paw.
and they haven't seen each other for 4 years.
Yeah.
Right, and this is what happened when they've seen each other, and it was 4 years.
This is bright red with the sun.
4 years later, wasn't it, right?
Yeah, this is true.
And,
This
and they went
two
to
brothers hadn't seen each other for 4 years. The first time they meet them, watch this. Might go funny in the telly.
I'll put it on the thing there.
I came back from holiday. My cats didn't give a fuck. Weird city. He's funny. Him like he's really quick. Dylan. Sometimes he takes a dog to work. Sad but true. Love my dog. Does everything I want at work, at the workplace. That's the only thing about Eli. He can do anything, but he can't cook the fucking tea. Still waiting to make shepherd's pie for me. He's been trying to teach him for the last 4 years. Useless. 2 years, sorry. He's funny. He can sniff anything. He'll sniff a hedgehog. He never hurts now. A cat's hedgehog. He loves everything. Little mice, anything. He loves everything. He won't hurt anything. He's so loving.
He loves all animals.
He loves every animal, even the fish. He tries to get the fish. So the fish bowl, we've got fish. He's got big fish. Like swimming around, he's looking at the fish. He never hurts now. If Bobby goes near the hedgehog and goes, he'll growl at Bobby, think Bobby's going to hurt the hedgehog or the cat. The neighbours,
he wags his little tail.
the neighbours next door bring the cat out, and the cat puts its paw through, and he kisses the cat's paws. I've never seen a gentler dog in my life.
Yeah, he loves
just
all
doesn't like Papa though.
He doesn't like me, Papa, so that's two of us.
He doesn't like people that come near. I think it's because Papa sat next to me. That's what it was. He got sitting next to my dad. He won't let anyone near me, will he?
No, he won't let me anyway.
He's looking at that lad today. He was looking to see, but he never comes
over. He only
over.
goes mad with me when I come in the room, and it's like as if he's protective all the time.
I think because I'm poorly, he knows. They can tell, they can smell you when you're not right. Johnny Bart, much love. And to you, 100% son. Joe Blogs, Bulldogs sleep on backs. Yeah, the spreads. Yeah, it's called. Oh, it's called that. You know what it's called? Frog legs. Is it frog legs? Frog legs, isn't it? I think when they do that with the leg. No, not frog. What's it called?
No, it's called
eagle.
No, you said it the other day because they feel safe as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a name for it, a special name for it. I can't remember the name now. They put the legs back. Well, for the legs are like that. Both the legs, they do that. Like spread eagle type of thing. I can't remember the name of it now. Yeah, they do all sorts. It means they're dead. What it means they're dead happy. It means they feel dead safe with their owners when they sleep like that.
Well, that's just on my head right in now.
Doesn't matter.
Just can't find it. Anyway.
Any more questions, anybody? We've only been on an hour. Didn't think I thought it was more than that. It's the longest hour we've known. I thought it'd been on ages.
No, I thought you'd been on about 2 hours.
No, 1 hour, 9 minutes. It was frozen for 3 hours.
Did the clocks
go It was frozen for 3 hours though. And the clocks haven't gone back, have they? I don't know. I think I've gone back in time.
I think I am.
Oh, my neck's tight.
Is it?
170. Oh, my neck. 177 on. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guy. Leanette, you tell them.
How's your Nana, Leanette?
Yeah, I love Nana. She's class. Great people. Love them both.
She's how old is she, Lee? Bless her.
He always looks after his Nana. She always comes first.
Yeah, he does. He always says, Nana says hello.
She always says hello. Yeah. Watch the show, doing it together.
Yeah.
172 on. Don't forget to push the like buttons. 83. We're nearly up to the 100. Joe Blogs, Bull Masters from 08, 2015. Brilliant guard dogs. Yeah, but the only thing with Bull Masters, they slabber all over. Slabber like mad. And my mate had another dog that was called, we called it Ellie. And they're like elephants. Like Neapolitan, was it? What they call it? Neapolitan Mastiff, I think.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, fucking monstrous. He come to see me, Bensley, right? His son used to stay with me as well. His son stayed at my house. His daughter stayed at my house. And then Bensley went home, and he went about 3 miles from here. He's gone in the car with Ellie, the dog. So 4 o'clock in the morning, I just voice on it like that. And I had Charlie then. I looked out the window and went, what the fuck? I said, there's Ellie, we called her. And Ellie got in here and she had a big plastic thing around her neck because she'd had an operation. She'd only broke out his garage and broke out the kitchen, broke out the door and come back to my house. How she found here, it was a miracle.
After where the kids were and that, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't believe it. He come here to see, he came here to see me and see the kids. I went, I've got your son, I've got your daughter. Where's your dog? He went, it's in the garage. It's in the shed. It's in the garage in the shed. I would look, he went, what, broke through the garage in the shed? I said, it's out my fucking front. I've got it in the house. He went, no way. Well, 3 miles away, this. God's honest truth. And he went, I can't believe it, Brian. I can't be telling the story. A couple of months ago, somebody was in the house with us, laughing his head off. He went, remember the dog come to your house 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? I went, yeah. Ellie.
That's mental, isn't it?
Oh, big bull mastiff, not bull mastiff, Neapolitan mastiff, I think they're called. They're thick grey ones, but they're slabbing about 2 pounds of water every hour or something. Oh, I said, Benzie, I can't do it.
Yeah, we love dogs, don't we?
Them spaniels, grasses at their getting out.
Spaniels as well noticed he's got. My mate had one, and everyone that knows had spaniels are absolutely marvellous dogs, but they just couldn't wear out. They'd be round and round that golf.
I had one I got it from Broughton. I paid £300. Me and my brother Skinny and Bobby went. And it was jet black, so I called him Snoopy. You know, Snoopy off the no, what was that called him? Yeah, Snoopy. I called him Snoopy. He was black as like coal.
Yeah.
And he would come in nose, because the gun dogs, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Caked in mud and everything, and run round, up the stairs, down the stairs, on the chair, up the chair. Fucking hell. Super
Steve's
sport.
little puppy could jump from the floor to the bed, couldn't he?
Yeah, he like that.
and then she waited till I put my bit of quilt on, and then she weed on it. Can you remember? And I sat in it in my pajamas.
Yeah.
When I sat next to you. That was funny. Steve's getting another one next week. But they'll wear each other out then. There's 2 of them, do you know what I mean?
Males are more friendly. The girls are more loyal, they say. Dogs, I've read. The girl dogs won't leave you.
Yeah, see, me and Monkey were like that. And
girl dogs are more loyal. Where the boy ones chase the girls, they'll turn on the boys and stay with the mum and the dad. They're more loyal girls.
Monkey never left my side.
Like the Akitas can smell another, like a bitch on heat 5 miles away, 5-6 miles away, because the wolves, and they're about like 90% wolf.
Yeah, Scrappy was class.
He was the beautifulest dog you've ever met. He was most timid, and
the paws on him were mad, weren't they?
He was massive.
But when we got Eli, it was like he's like, I thought he was just being what's that? Arguing with that dog, but you remember, because that dog had barked and he went dead protective, and it was Mark's dog who we ended up meeting, and he had like one of them Turner and Hooch dogs, didn't he? No, but because Eli was only little, like he went absolutely crackers, Scrappy, and the strength of him was unreal. I was trying to keep hold of him. Then Eli thought it was dead hard and started doing it as well.
No, he wouldn't let anyone near me. Scrappy in the house. Anyone come to the door, used to go, oof. You could hear him right all over the estate. Them Akitas are one of the most, I'd say they're the probably most loyalist dog. They'll stay with you. The Japanese people have them in Japan. There's one called I can't remember the name of the film now. I can't remember the name of the film. Hachi, called Hachi, and it's a true story. He has it. He's a businessman, but they've changed it on a little bit. But it's an American actors in it, and he finds his pup, and it's an Akita, Japanese Akita. So he looks after it. Anyway, he puts it in this room and it wrecks the room. He goes, oh, I'm sick of you, get rid of it. And then he comes back again. So anyway, he's going to work every day. So the dog follows him to work, and it sits. There's a train track. At one side, there's an old train broke down. So the dog goes under the train track every day, stays on the track. He goes to work at 8 in the morning and comes back off the train at 5. So he gets off the train, the dog's waiting for him, and the dog goes with all the people, all know, hey, Hachi, everyone knows the dog. Anyway, one day, he has a heart attack and he dies, the man. So the people move away, like the mum and dad. He's on his own. He sits at that train station every day. 12 years, 13 years, he waited for him. Every day he'd wait there. And all the people would give him hot dogs and food and feed him, all the people in the market stands. And it's a big, massive statue of him. And it's Hachi, the most loyal dog. So what they do in Japan, if you're poorly, they don't give you They don't give you flowers. They'll come and give you a hachi, like a little hachi, like a Japanese Akita dog, because they're the most loyal dogs. So what they do is they put them with the children, and when the people, obviously different over there, you get done here, you couldn't do it. They leave the American Akita with the children, and they look after the kids all day while they're at work, and they come back and the kids are all safe. They won't leave the children. They won't let anyone in the house. They're not that loyal.
Oh, that's cute.
If you watch that film, you'll cry. If you don't cry, because every time I watch it, I cry.
Have you heard what they're bringing in now? When do you know when you arrange funerals and stuff now?
Yeah.
They're bringing dogs into it now. They're allowing like your dog to go to the funeral and stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? Poor things. You see them ones where they've been with soldiers in America where they've just stayed on the grave, haven't they?
Yeah. Loads have died with them. People have come to people's houses and the dog's on the bed. They've been there 6 months, like skin and bones. The dog won't leave.
The dog will lay down with you and protect you, won't you?
Won't let you touch. Won't let the police touch you or anything. So
whereas animals will eat you.
Kevin Mooney, hello mate, Lee Natty Wilson, thumbs up. Heard of Newfound? Yeah, I've got a few around here. Newfound terriers. Newfound, they're fucking monstrous. They got them in the forest, Newfound forest, and what they do, they're a bit like them big fucking mass St. Bernards, and they use them with the barrels on for they go mountain rescue people. They like that. They're massive. There's a woman, she's got 3 of them. Fucking huge they are. I said, how old? Actually, went 3 months old. It was like massive. 3 month old.
Do you remember that creepy story as well? That thing that was in the paper and the internet we looked at. Do you remember that woman? She slept with a pet snake all that time.
Oh.
And then she asked the vet, an expert, of why it was doing this certain behaviour, like stretching right out, because it started stretching.
Coming on the bed next to her while she was asleep.
And it used to curl up at first, but then it started stretching itself right out. And what he said, listen, you need to like stop that straight away. He said it's sizing you up to eat it.
What it was doing, it was stretching itself to see if it could get in its mouth and eat it. That's what it was doing. So she thought it was it's a lovely mass snake. Fucking almost starting to
creepy, isn't it?
So it was in its brain. Obviously, it's going to eat you. It's going to kill and eat you. Fuck gives you creeps, doesn't it?
Yeah,
fucking shit. Put the shits
up
you.
It's like mad.
I picked one up. You shit yourself, didn't you? That big albino one he had. Big fat lad. He said, give us a eat. I'm not fucking scared of the snake. I'll fucking nut you in a minute. And the snake was, isn't that me like that? But it was a big white one. It's fucking huge. It was about 6 foot long. Massive, big fat thing. Yeah, it was all right. I wouldn't like one for a fucking pet.
No, I couldn't cope.
Just got rid of loads of snakes on this channel. They've all gone. Eli's chased them all.
Hey.
Yeah, it's laying on the bed, measuring you to see if it can put you in it and eat you. Oh, give me the creeps for it, which you told me.
No, it's far, wasn't it? Because he used to like just put like curl up in a thingy, and she used to lay it on the bed, and then it got into a habit, and then because of the behaviour was different, and she said it was like staying in a straight line, and it wasn't moving when she was getting up and stuff like that. And he said, yeah, because it's just about to eat you, just ready to side, like, because it's being laid straight to know that it can get you in. Do you know what I mean? So I'd have been out of that house.
Yeah.
They can fit anything in the mouth, can't they?
No, they can get so much in, but the worst ones are anacondas. Anacondas are 30 foot long. 30 foot, which is longer than this. It's right over the end of the other side of the street. 28 feet wide. And what they do with them to catch them, they put a goat out or a crocodile, and they'll swallow off 6 foot crocodile, and it takes about 6 days to digest. So they'll sit there, so they'll capture them like that. So there's another one called, what was the other one called? It was a crocodile called Gustav. He killed over 300 people. There's arrows in him and all sorts of bullet wounds and everything. He called him Gustav, and he was fucking huge, about 28 foot long.
How many?
300 people he killed. 300 people in the wild in somewhere in Africa or Borneo or somewhere. Anyway, they finally get him in the end, and he's trapped and got him all in this big thing. And they reckon that was the wrong one. That was his brother. He went on, they called him Gustav. Have a look at the documentary about him. So he's that clever. They've been about 20 times they've gone hunting for him, so they put a trap down here, say. So when the trap gets whacked, the goat's in it, and the thing comes down and stabs him in the head type of thing. And he just went like that, looked at it, thought, you think I'm fucking daft. He whacked it with his tail, knocked it out of the way, and fucking killed the goat and ate it. Really intelligent as crocodile. But I reckon what he was, they thought he was about 100-year-old because he was fucking huge. And all he was 60-year-old. And the teeth, and the monstrous. They're one of the cleverest things in the world, because what they do is they can sit at the bottom of the water for about 3 hours, not breathe. And what they do is they don't, when they bite you, they don't kill you. They take you in a death roll. You go round and round and round and round. You suffocate, and then you die. And what they do is they put you in a ladder, like say, stick you under the rocks. I'll come back for you later, and then go and get another one where other animals, like a lion, will kill something, eat it, be full, and then just go and sit down. Where the crocs just keep fucking put more food in the ladder. I will have that tomorrow. We'll have that. So they're just so intelligent. But the bite on one is over 2,000 psi. But you can tie them with a shoelace downwards, because opening up, there's no pressure in them. So, but biting down, once they get you, no matter what you are, you're gone, completely gone. God. But the biggest bite, they used to say, was in a hyena that had the biggest bite. But now they're saying it's a Tasmanian devil. It's got the biggest bite, psi. They're only little fucking things like that. I love them. Little Tasmanian devil. The devil means what they are, little bastards they are.
Are they like bats?
No, they're little, they're not that big. I can't describe them. Like little, like fucking gremlins they look like. And they'll come running after you. They're little bastards, yeah. They're in gangs of 30 or 40. They live in Tasmania, Australia. And the bite on them, just take your hand clean off.
Oh, what are them gorgeous things that you showed me? I love them.
Pangolins.
Oh,
beautiful.
I want to save them.
They're the most hunted animal on the planet. They go back. You can see the reptiles by the little scales, and obviously the country in the backward, because the thing that they eat the scales makes them like an aphrodisiac or something like that, and so they use them in medicine and stuff. And then they've got like great big bears in cages, with the tube stuck through the spinal cord, where they're dripping the fluid out of the spinal cord for medicine again. And the bear's in there agonising, hardly gets fed.
No, can't we go do something about it?
Oh, it's fucking disgusting. It makes me sick.
Oh, them pangolins are gorgeous, aren't they?
Well, them pangolins are going to be dead soon, because there's not going to be.
And they're not nasty, are they?
No, what it is, because they're on an island where they live, there's not many people there, so they don't really didn't bother them. So they got on with anyone that didn't know different. Where you go on other islands where there's cats and things, where they'll go up the tree and hide. They didn't have that analogy to think, oh, I'll go up there, I'm going to get eaten. But since man's come along, I've just wiped them out. There's hardly any left.
Oh,
terrible.
Can't we help them?
Unless you get a pangolin.
Can't we help the pangolin sanctuary? Ryan.
What?
Can we get a pangolin sanctuary?
No, you have to, I don't know, you get one of them. I'm not a clue.
You're saving them, aren't you?
Yeah, but you'd have to get fortunes off the governments.
Oh.
How the heck?
You like sloths, you as well, don't you?
Who?
You like sloths?
Sloths, yeah, I love sloths. I love all animals I don't like. There's no animals I don't like. I don't particularly like rats, but I wouldn't go and kill them. I wouldn't kill anything.
I don't like slugs.
No, I don't like slugs.
I don't like flies, I can't.
I don't like slugs, because I don't kill the slugs. I throw them over the fence away from Scrappy in case he eats them. I mean, I'll keep calling Scrappy. Scrappy and Eli used to, if you eat them black slugs, it'll kill your dog.
Yeah, they've got like
a poison in them.
They've got like a worm underneath them, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got poison inside the body as well. It just kills the dog and makes it really sick. If you see a dog eating grass, most of the time it's eating it to be sick, because you've set something. So they eat grass to make themselves be sick, to clean themselves out. They're very clever. I don't. Exotic pets. One. Orangutan was. Oh, did you see that one with the? Did you see that woman where she had not an orangutan? It was a chimpanzee. Oh, fucking so. She's had this chimpanzee. I've never told you this, ever. Yeah. So she's in the house with the chimpanzee. She's had it for years. It's fucking huge. And I mean, a chimpanzee's about 6 times stronger than a human. So it's probably like the type of strength I had. And a gorilla's about 8 times stronger than a human. So she's got this fucking thing. But she's only been feeding it diazepam, the daft cow, right? So she's feeding it diazepam. So her best friend's there. It's gone berserk. It's smashed everything up, ripped all the cage off. She's going, help! You can't see it. You can hear it because she's going, help, please! It's eating her. It's eating her eyes. It's eating her. It rips her face off. It takes her eyeballs out, and it's all her face and all her mouth and all her head and everything, eating everything. And the woman's going, please help! Please help! And they've come and they've shot it about 6 times to kill it. I don't think they killed it after 6 shots. It went absolutely berserk. But when they found out, she'd been given it something like diazepam. So it was actually, when you listen to the tape recording, you just shiver right through. You can hear it's eating their eyes, it's eating their eyeballs. You can hear them. Oh, it's fucking terrifying. You can put it on, you'll hear the woman talking about the chimpanzee eating a friend.
Did you see that program where?
Oh, it gives you a creep, doesn't it?
People who bring horrible to animals in circuses and stuff like that turned on
elephants.
Like there was elephants and the other ones weren't, and not daft either.
Well, the elephant, there was one where they turned on the elephant. They were whacking it and stabbing it with a big spike. The elephants, how they kill the elephants, what they do is they push you down and they crush you with the knees and put all the weight on you with the knees. That's how they kill you. So they were doing it to it. So it killed about 6 people. The elephant went berserk. But it's been bullied, it just lost its temper. Poor elephants.
Yeah. I wish we could save all animals.
Yeah, it's horrible. And then they've got tigers and that, they'll do things with them. They're taking stuff out of them. For aphrodisiacs and things like that. I don't agree with it, mate. The Chinese medicine, I don't agree with none of that. I don't agree with it. Animals have to die to give them aphrodisiacs and all that shite. It's all crap. And then the poor elephants, they're taking the tusks off them to make their chessboards with. Or getting the feet off an elephant and for an umbrella sticking. And then they kill them big, beautiful silverbacks. And they cut them down and they make the hands into an ashtray.
No, so what I can't stand when you get all these rich, proper rich, billionaires and stuff, and they go on them hunts and that, and you think that I'd love to shoot them.
Well, there was a one called Cecil, I think he was called. This lion, he was gorgeous. He was about 12-year-old. And this bloke come over from America. It's always fucking dentists that seem to do it. And knock his fucking teeth right out if I'd been there. It was a lion or a Cecil or something he's called. So he shot at him about quarter of a mile away and killed him. I thought it was great.
No, it's because
I swear to God,
bullied all of his life. His wife would
I said, I swear to God, if I'd there, I put a comment on the thing, I'd have smashed your fucking teeth down your throat, you horrible bastard. Put a massive comment on his thing because I found out where it was in America, where he said, where he was a dentist. I'd knock every one of your fucking teeth out for seeing you. Killed it with it. But what does that give you, Buzz? Shooting a magnificent animal, like the king of the jungle, with a gun. That's really tough for you, isn't it? You fucking coward.
Oh, it makes me ill.
Can't stand it. It does. Just maybe the same as the rhinos when you kill them, just for the. All that is there. It's not bone, It's actual hair on the nose, and they take that. They saw it off with the hacksaw, and that's all they do to take that off, just to use it. Saying aphrodisiac again. It drives me insane. It does.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about it.
It drives me insane. I'd love to fucking shoot the cunts. I would.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it does me head in. It makes me really angry.
Yeah, it makes me angry.
Yeah, there, took her face off. Yeah, I was right then. Watchdogs saying, John, yeah, right, Brad. Bit all her face off. She's going, it's eating her eyes, it's eating her eyes. She was screaming like a pig, this woman. But when you find the truth out, I went into it a little bit. She actually was giving it fucking, I think it was diazepam. So them say to me, diazepam, no fucking goddamn diazepam. Chad Street's the fucking eat you. Yeah, it was absolutely huge. This it was a full grown about, I think it was about 10 or 12-year-old. It was absolutely see why they're so strong is the fingers are massive. They're probably 3 or 4 times bigger than ours, so just crush you. But a silverback's even stronger because they're just fucking unbelievable. They've tried to do the strength. I mean, I was pulling myself up, I weighed 300 odd pounds, I could do 10 reps. This silverback weighed 500 pounds, 200 pounds more than me. And it's there, one hand, eating, whatever it was eating, like that. Just like that, looking like that. Never took a steroid, never been to the gym in its life. It went, pulled its full 500 pounds weight and we looked over the top of the tree. Was going, no, going on there, nothing there. Yeah, I'll just go back down here. Just eat like that. I went, fucking the strength in that 500 pounds with one hand pulling itself up. You wouldn't have a chance. You'd be ripped to pieces. Fingers are like that, bananas. Size of a banana. That's how big the fingers are. There was one before. Can you remember the little boy fell in the compound when the silverback went round and picked the little boy up? and give the baby to the zookeeper, and they picked it up, put it on the side. I think that was Jambo. I think it was Jambo. That was Jambo.
Do you remember that bloke who used to go? He went back years later to where they were.
Christian.
And they were sat waiting for him at the river. Oh.
Yeah, that was him. Attenborough, Richard Attenborough.
Unreal.
David Attenborough. And then there was another one. There was these two lads. There were two gay lads. No wrong with that. I remember them called. One was called Christian. I can't remember their name, but they had the line. They had it in London and places like that. So in them days, it wasn't that long ago. You could take an island. You could take wild animals there because there was no. Take it back to Africa, so they took it back, and he had Christian, they called him, and he hadn't seen the lion for 2 years. When they come back, he went, shouted him, he ran over, and he put his two paws right around them, and he was cuddling for about 10 minutes. He wouldn't let go of them. Absolutely tearful watching him, because just he's like, look at that animal, still remembers him by the smell and his name. Just phenomenal. Animals are unbelievable. I'd rather have animals than people any day of the week.
Yeah, I would.
Never hurt you apart from that gorilla, apart from that chimpanzee. But that was only because it was on medication, which she was giving it to subdue it and make it better. But the medication she was giving it was for humans. And you've got to remember, the chimpanzee's brain's tiny. It's like a dog. You can't give the dog the same medication that you're on because the size of your body weight is a lot bigger. That's why when Eli had to get tablets off the vet, I said, it's got to be a lot smaller. She went, yeah, definitely. So always, if you're going to have something, always have less than more. Because if you have more, it can kill you. Less can't kill you. But you get people fucking ban me on giving animals things. I watched about the Great British Circus, brutal. Oh yeah, mate, it's just your head, doesn't it? Absolutely. I have tears running down my face. I can't stand kids being there. I can't stand old people being mugged and robbed by scumbags and their houses, and they're beating them up and black their eyes. It makes me fucking rage. It does. Honestly, God, it really makes me rage. And they go, oh, they've had a bad upbringing. Just let me in that cell 5 minutes with them. Yeah, I just don't like it.
No, I don't.
Don't like it. Don't like anyone going into old people's homes or beating old people in the street, known for a fact they're cowardly bastards. I'm sorry for swearing, but that's what they are, cowardly bastards. No, there's no comeback because they're 80-odd-year-olds and they can't do nothing. They're feeble in a wheelchair or they're in an apparatus, something like Marty Turner. You know, touching people like that, like a young lad for 16, 17, 18-year-old doing that is fucking vile. The one putting down, the other one putting down. There's no rescuing them like that. Yeah, them Japanese Ridgeback, no. Japanese Akitas they are, mate. Like the Japanese Ridgebacks hard to train. The Japanese was quite easy to train. I thought they were really easy. Japanese really intelligent. He was American Akita. What happened, you see, when the war was on, Nagasaki and Hiroshima was bombed 1944, I think it was. So they dropped the bomb, was the H bomb, which was called Oppenheimer. They dropped that bomb. That was the name of the project. And they dropped that bomb and it killed 100,000 people in 1944. So can you imagine what they would do now? The fucking bombs they've got now from all them years ago. So they dropped it, and when they blew them up, the people, you can see that the indentation of the people, his bodies are on the floor still to this day. So it's just see, when you have a bomb blows up, it goes boom that way. When you have a nuclear bomb, it implodes, so it sucks everything in and blows up. It does it the other way around. So there's nothing left. It obliterates everything. So that's what they've done. So when they got there was 100,000 people killed in one bomb. So when they got there, the people were starving. So they were killing the Japanese Akitas to survive for food. They were using the fur for coats to keep warm. They were starving. And the first woman to get there was a woman called Helen Kessler. And she got there, deaf, dumb, and blind she was. And she got there, and they were the only dogs in the world can help people deaf, dumb, and blind. They're that intelligent. So she brought that dog. So the American Akita is got nothing to do with America. It's to do with, it was the Americans that come into the war to Japan with the German Shepherds. So they bred the German Shepherds with the Japanese Akita to make the American Akita. Now, with it being a mongrel, because it was classed as a mongrel, she took it back in the 1940s. I think it was 1945. She took it there in the 1990s. It became a working dog, and then that's where they came the American Akita from. So that's how they come forward. So that's how they become from the Japanese to the American Akita.
Oh. Oh.
It's so loving. Carol Edwards has got one, hasn't she? She's beautiful, her little dog. Gorgeous she is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh. They have 2 coats as well, don't they?
They do. They have a coat underneath. It's a nightmare because it's dusty. My eyes were streaming all the time. Terrible. I had them. And what they do is they mold continuously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So they've got another coat underneath, and it's like plastic. It's like a plasticky stuff. But when it dries out, it comes on the floor, and it's like dust. And the dust, our hoovers used to be caked in dust off Scrappy. But that's waterproof, that one. And then they've got the big fair coat. Now, what they can do is they can bring their body temperature right the way down. You and I would freeze within 3 minutes. The Akitas can sleep in the snow. They live in mountain. They live in the region called Akita in the Japanese mountains, and they live in them mountains. We would be dead in 3 minutes. They can live there all the way through it. They're so tough, unbelievable, and they can run 28 miles an hour. They're unbelievable, and they've got a dew claw, so when they fall in the ice, they stick it in the ice and pull themselves out the ice in the water. Oh. So intelligent. They love kids.
Oh.
Flying sloth. Yeah, the flying sloths, class, aren't they?
You love them, don't you?
Yeah, them sloths. I love them. Well, what the main thing with the sloth is, they live in the trees, and they're endangered as jaguars. Jaguars, sneaky bastards. They wait for them at the bottom because sloths are very slow. They're like our Bobby, like our Bobby, big, slow. They poo in the same place because everything they do is repetitive. They do the same thing, so they'll poo there. But the jaguars wait for them coming down. That's how they get them. But they've got nails that are massive, big, long nails. And everything's just dead slow.
Like slow motion, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like just going.
Like we say, Bobby.
It's like him in a trance. Yeah,
we say, Bobby. Pass us that, Bobby. And no, what did I say to him last night? He said, "Come and help me put the cover on the car." And then he said,
"What?"
So I was bringing. Are you on it to take it? I said, "Just let it lie in the door and then cover the car up with me." And I was thinking, well, where is he? And it was like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. I thought, I still can't be running about out with his lead on. Like, Bobby, what are you doing? And he went, oh, I forgot.
Oh, he's so lazy, isn't he? You've never known anyone's so lazy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so girl, watched that. It was horrendous. Yeah, horrible, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was terrible. Scary. Really scary. You can hear the woman talking to the authorities. But the police are on the way, you can hear the sirens and everything, but you're like, ready up, help better. She's going, it's eating their eyes, and it's eating their eyeballs. Look, I was fucking barking watching it. It was about 10 years ago, I think it was.
No.
She had it for years, living with her. She had it for years and years and years.
Oh. Was it all right, though?
No, they had to shoot it. They had to shoot it about 6 times to kill it. It was that. It'd gone with all the something like that. I don't know if it was that. I'm sure it was diazepam. She was given it to subdue it and bring it down, so it was calmer. And it was very, very jealous of her, of the friend. So it killed a friend, and it started eating her eyes. She said, and you can hear the 999 call. Fucking creepy. It's the scariest phone call I've ever had in my life. Dog water. Many dogs died. Good night, Anthony Lund. Thank you for watching, mate. I love you all the world, son. We're always here for you. If you ever need us, you know where I'm at. When you text away for anyone, you're all feeling down, are you okay? 100 big bright. We're up to 140 people still watching, so we must be doing well. If you notice, since we've changed our narrative, it's totally different. There's more people watching. There's more people being happy. There's more people tuning in. Doberman's 120 pound pressure. Doberman's, they're fucking nightmare. See, Doberman's, the Doberman, he was called Herr Doberman. He was a rent man actually, and he wanted to breed a dog that was loyal and could attack as well. So he bred this dog called the Doberman. So the Dobermans are that intelligent, right? They were taking them, say, in America, and they were getting people say, so normal dogs would see you run across the field. They would run after you, but the Dobermans wouldn't. The Dobermans were running around the field and waiting for you to the fucking side. So when you were coming up, running like that, gets behind you, it'd go across the field, that side of the field, it'd sit there waiting for you and rip you to pieces. And they're fucking that vicious. One of them to bite you, where a Rottweiler's got a flat nose or a Bull Terrier, they're not as bad because they've got a long nose like an Alsatian, and they rip the pieces. They'll bite your calf and just bite your calf clean off. They're really vicious, them Dobermans. We do them in France as well, and they were
German or what? Doberman pinchers.
Yeah, Doberman pinchers. That's what he was called. It was hair Doberman. He was called. He was a rent man. So he made that. He got the breed to that dog, and that was how he. But they were really bad when they were using them in certain countries to stop using them because they were killing people. They weren't just going for them; they were killing them.
Okay.
Yeah, just unreal, isn't it? How many times that now? It's like piss taking.
It's crazy.
Just unreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every night.
I don't know. Bobby, shut the door in there. I'll use that one when he's on body.
No, just forget about it. Drunk again, a problem.
So is Lee Watley on?
No, he's not on. He's texted me earlier on. He sent us all my stuff back to prove all the idiot was saying I was talking shit. They said, well, I've seen everything. I've seen your Codsworth there. It's got the thing what when they're saying you're the top fighter of all time, and the paper, it's got the book what you did, the Salty Fitness, it's got everything there. It's got all your stuff. It's got pictures of your Codsworth as well. So
Iceman paperwork.
Yeah, the paperwork with Iceman when I had the fight when he was 6'10", this bloke, 24 stone. And the lads put up, but Mike, I'm sure it's Michael. I can't remember his second name. I keep forgetting it. But he's gone down and made the proper statement to the police, told the truth that they started on us, me and Chris Curry, and Chris Curry's obviously made a statement. But I got remanded for over 100 days to that fight. But the so-called idiot was saying I was making it up. So this proves it's got the documentation when it was out, when I was arrested, the charge sheet and everything, and the copper's names on, and the times and dates when I was nicked. And it's got Michael, I can't remember his name now. It's got his name. Or when Brian come through, when the Iceman there, he was massive. He was nearly 7 foot tall. He said, but when Brian Cockerill come through that door, it was something else. He said, everyone just shit themselves and ran like mad. So that statement's there to read out for you in a couple of days' time. I should have it until maybe tomorrow or the day after. It's on its way. And I've also got the programme when I was at Manchester United with my uncle. Said I was making that up. I've got the other one, the Mike Tyson one, when I was at the Mike Tyson fight. So I'm making that up. So all these things go back.
It's nice for these people that see you don't even have nothing to prove them.
No, but I just want to prove. I just want to prove to that idiot. And it just makes them look like fucking idiots, like Lee said. They just look stupid now.
Yeah. Have we got any more questions?
Yes, anyone? It's nice to be nice to people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is nice to be nice. That man's just texted to say he's got home and thank you for having us and all that.
Oh, it was a pleasure having you. Anytime, like I said. It was nice. Made his day. You know, he's watched my thing 40 times. He's about the same age as me, you know, a lovely man.
Yeah, he is nice.
Yeah, he's nice. Nice to be nice to let people come to see you and have a day with people. Look up to you. And he said, the amount of people I know, he said, no, you. He said, everybody knows you, where we're from Doncaster way and the other parts. He said, everyone knows the Taxman. Everyone's watched that documentary. I just love it. He said, I've seen it over 40 times. So it's just for somebody nice coming out, isn't it? You know, keep listening. I'm hungry, laugh out loud. Okay. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Have a good night. Yeah, that's right, Lee Natty Wilson. Yeah, we're all here to help each other. Lee Natty Wilson putting the message. Anyone poorly, anyone not well, we're here to help anyone. Hard to keep your heads, and please to keep your heads up. Things will always work out, guys. They do.
Oh, thank you.
Lee's a lovely kid.
Yes.
And it's good to hear people who have got depression themselves to help other people, because they know exactly when somebody's telling you, somebody's got depression and they suffer from whatever they suffer from illness, and they're telling you what to do. They're telling you from the heart, and they're telling you the truth because they want to help you because they know how much pain they're in, so they know how much pain you're in. So I know exactly where it's come from, and it's great to see people interacting, helping other people that are struggling. Then a couple of months later, it's like me, I might be bad, Lee might be bad, and a couple of months later, so then you help him back. It's just great to keep passing it back and forth because not every day you'll get up and have a great day. You'll have them days, like I say, the rain comes, a nightmare, but you've got to keep saying it's only a thunderstorm. It's going to go, because that's what depression is. It comes and goes. It can come last weeks. It can last 2 days, 20 minutes, an hour. If you do activities, you go for walks, have days out, go and see friends, come on here, have a laugh with us. Are feeling down, come on here, get yourself boosted back up. That depression will go. It's just your mind. And if you keep thinking, I'm going to get depressed, and you'll build it up.
And what I do to you when you get
whatever does, if I think about somebody, I'm going to smash that punch face, I'm going to break his jaw, I lose my temper sometimes. Just say, get that out, zip it out,
in the pocket.
Put it out. What I do it now, I throw it away.
In the pocket.
I'll put it in your pocket and zip it
Deal
there.
with it another day.
But I throw it away now because I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
I've got that much fucking in my pocket. I'm going to kill everyone. I've got up 200 victims in my pocket.
Think about all that. Think about one that didn't. Yeah, it was useful. We got in it.
Yeah, I don't have. I've got 200 in the pocket now. 200 contracts in my pocket. Treadwell, Louis, the Timothy, Zeus, Timothy, Treadwell, 1. I've heard that, Timothy Treadwell.
Was it that newsreader time?
I'm not sure. He was sad, wasn't it, when he Erwin, remember?
No, yeah, we did. Oh,
he was class. Him, Andy, I think Erwin.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, he was class when he got killed with a stingray, didn't he? It went right through him.
Like the last thing
you'd never think in a million years something beautiful like that could kill you. It just stuck right through his heart and killed him. The whole of Australia closed down for that. There was that love to that man. He loved helping people. He's another one like me, loved animals. He's another one probably batter you for hurting an animal. Johnny Morrison was another one. I used to do the animals, used to talk at the zoo. I used to love watching that as a kid. Johnny Morrison's at the zoo. But a lot of you are too young for it, I think. Night Bright.
Oh, that picture was on, wasn't it? That painter man today.
Yeah, Bob Ross. Can anyone remember Bob Ross used to paint with paintbrushes, like what you'd paint the wall with, and he'd just make mountain scenes and lakes and oceans. I watch him a lot when I'm going to sleep. So I listen to him. He's going, just a little bit of crimson. Now in our world, we can have 2 trees. We'll have a little bit of green on there, a little bit of crimson white. We can put a little bit of blue in. And his voice is just mesmerising. Makes you fall asleep. He's absolutely amazing. He should be one of them people that read, the stuff to help you.
He was on the day, wasn't he?
Yeah, our friend, little Don, was listening to me. He said, yeah, he's really good. I fall asleep. I said, that's what I've just said to Emma. But he's got that voice. It's
that
like hypnotises you. Read the Iceman witness was Michael Johnson. I'll tell you, Lee Wortley, Michael Johnson. I was right the first time. He's my big pal on the fucking back me up every night. And as Lee said, I check all my people out before I work with them. Please, I love Lee Wortley.
And you would be somewhere.
Yeah, none of my stuff's lies. It's all truth. Why would you make stories up when you've done what you've done? I wouldn't say I've had a fight with 8 people when I fought 6 because it's great. Having a fight with 6. Why would you need to put 8 on when you've already had a fight? If you had a fight with 3 lads and not 3 people, and you tell the story, why would you put it to 5 or 6? It doesn't even make sense to me that.
Yeah, great for Lee to do a little bodybuilding stream. Yeah.
He knows Lee knows more about me than anyone. He's studied me for over 2 years now. He knows me like a book. To get that one. I'm very quick. And do you know what Lee Wortley said today? He said, I've just been there listening to the tapes over the last 2 years or so. He said, and all me and you do is laugh. All you've got me laughing, and Julie and that, and the kids every time I put one on, everyone's laughing in the house. He said, you're so funny, the things you come out with. He said, so all the way through it, it's like a pleasure working with you, Brad, because he said, how could anyone fall out with Brian Cockerill? You can't fall out with him because he didn't do nothing wrong to fall out with, and he's a pleasure to work with. So, but it's great. He's the same. You can't fall out with him here. And his beautiful wife, Julie, and the kids and that. Just lovely family he's got. He's just down to earth lad. I love him a bit, and I'm privileged and honoured to have someone like that doing my autobiography. I really am, because I've seen his work and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. He would never rip you, do any dirty tricks, any horrible things, never call you.
He never repeats nothing. He's lovely.
Yeah, he's
100% loyal, isn't he?
Yeah, tried and tested to the hilt, 100%.
They don't make him like Lee anymore.
They don't. He's old school. He's definitely old school. He's definitely old school. He's a little bit younger than me. But he's old school. He remembers all the canes and all that. He used to get caned and everything at school and all that stuff. The teachers were bastards in his school, he said. Captain Caveman, 7 more likes to 100. Yes, don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. Let's make this to 100. Only 3 more like. Push the like buttons. I'll snap your fingers. I'll be at your door. Yeah, don't have me knocking. Who is it? It's a tax man. Hey, I pushed the like buttons last night. One was funny. I said, push the like button. Push the like button. And the lad come on. He went, I pushed it fucking 6 times, but you can only push it once. I was bad laughing for days. I can't remember who it was. So I pushed it 6 times. You can't push it any more than once. Bad depression feel, yeah, have bad depression feel good after I've been listening to your channel. Well, that's great news, that. Keep listening to it. Weird City, love Bob Ross. Yeah, I didn't think I thought you'd be too young to watch him. So chilled. Yeah, he is. He's like a hippie type. Well, his son, I think he made about 30 million or something, doing them paintings. Unbelievable painter. You look at it, don't you? Weird City. You think, how's he starts with the pink sky, and I think, how the fuck are you going to get up? I tell you what, Lee Watley is good,
Very, very good.
Really good. His paintings he can do, fucking unbelievable. I'm on about unbelievable talent. What I've got with my fists, he's got with his hands, like guitars and business and books and knowledge. He's really, really up there, honest to God. I love talking to him because he's on the same page as me. Never at it again. Books on the same page. but he is. He can talk about things and he knows stuff. Beat the devil out of it. Beat the devil out. Beat the devil out of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, beat the devil out. I know what you mean. Yeah, but the teachers, that was the nuns. I'll beat the devil out of you. I'll beat the devil out of you. I'm telling you now, Seamus McFarty. Terrible them when I used nuns, them Catholic priests, fucking, not saying all of them, because you always get good and bad, but there was a lot of bad ones, really bad. Really, really bad what they done to young boys, and that was fucking vile. And then them popes would move them to like Africa, and they'd do it in Africa. And then in the end they came out, they said, if you don't give us this Irish priest, whatever he was, they're going to arrest the Pope. And that's why they had to do it, because they're going to start getting warrants out. Because people were getting, abusing that, were millionaires and billionaires in the end. So it was coming out that they're not getting away with it no more. It's called Spotlight if you watch it, guys. It's amazing. It is sad watching what they've done, but it's great to see the justice. I love injustice as being justice.
Yeah.
I hate people. I hate kids being abused and hurt, and I hate women, and I hate anyone being hurt. Animals, anything, like any of them.
He loves animals as well.
Don't care what colour you are, I don't care what nationality you are, I don't care what religion you are. We're all the same. We're all fucking made of flesh and blood, and we're all made in the image of the Lord Jesus Christ, and He made us in that image. So none of us are better than others, and no one's better than anyone as well. That's why the Lord made us all equal. We're all equal. Whether you're a girl or a boy, we're still all equal. We're all equal. Yeah, I don't with fabricating liars. Yeah, I only work with top boys. Always have brides at the top of the tree.
No,
thank you very much. I'll send you that 40 quid in the morning.
There you are, these class.
Well, I wouldn't work with any shit thingies. I've worked with quite a few shit fucking authors, and I'll never work with no one else apart from Lee. There'll never be another offer for me, only him. That's my 40 quid back now.
Yeah, I can take it off you because I helped you write you off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, but these
I have stuff in my head that would be killed if I had closed it. Lee Watley.
You said what?
I have stuff in my head that would have me killed if I disclosed it. I'll catch you next time. Freedom. You are freedom, son. Love you, son. Yeah, it's just a different time. It's just a different. It's just the things now is like it's guaranteed every single night. I'm coming off here calm and collect. I only get a bit annoyed. You can hear me swearing about the kids and things. But I think you are the exact same as with you guys. You can't stand that kids and old women being beat up and robbed and injustices where people have been like robbed because of the colour of the skin or something. I don't like that. It's fucking wrong. Do not like it at all. Just because somebody's one colour than somebody else. And they'll say they won't let them win because they're whatever, or they're from another country. Or it just does my fucking head in. I don't like it. If somebody wins fair and square, you go brilliant, over the moon for you, and you put their hands in the air because they've worked hard to win that. Why should somebody else win because they're from another country or a different race or different colour or whatever? It's not right. It's just not right. I don't agree with none of it. If you're the best at what you do, no matter where you're from, you're the best, and you should be treated the best. Not fucking this fucking Nazi fucking shite what they do. I don't like it. It's great to help people. I think it's the best gift in the world if you can help someone from taking their own life, or help someone from being so depressed they want to take their life. It's just a marvelous thing to do. And you get up in the morning, you see your comments going, I was so depressed last night, Brian, before I come on. Since I've been on, I feel so good today, and thank you very much. And you get a bit of a lump in your throat because you think, oh, poor bugger, in your head. I feel sorry for people, I think. You think like you're doing all right. Sometimes I get depressed. We all get depressed. Emma gets depressed. Bobby gets depressed. Eli gets depressed. We all get depressed. But the thing is, when you get lovely comments of people saying what you've done for us, I can't thank you enough. Well, just leaving that one little comment, that's me happy thinking I've done my job. Emma's done a job, so we've done a good thing. But when you get on, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to fight you, I'm going to bat it. It's all nonsense, isn't it? It's just nonsense. I've heard it for 40 odd years. I'm still hearing it, so it's never going to change. It's just daft, but. It's never ever changed. No one's ever beat me up anyway, so I don't even listen to them now. Talking it and doing it is like Lee Watley said. It's a totally different thing, isn't it? Talking and walking and walk is a different thing. Laughter, the best man. Yeah, you're right. Chubby Brown said that in Bearded Man. The best thing in the world is laughter. Bearded Man was funny. He came to the club one night and he went there. All right, lads. So there was about 7 of us stood there, and I was huge. I had a white shirt on, and I looked even bigger. Black bottoms and black boots on. He went, I want that big bastard. See him there, I want him. So he looked at me and I went, me, Mr. Man. He went, no, what they call you? I said, Brian. I want Brian. I want him on stage with me. And Bernie McDebbie was with us. So we stood there and he went, have you forgot to take your coat and your jacket, son? You are one big fucker, you, he said. You are one big fucker. He said, what day is it today? Tuesday. Well, the beast said it's Monday. It's fucking Monday. And then he went, if he said it's fucking Christmas, it's Christmas. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the beast of seed and started singing that song, and everyone was creased laughing with him. He was funny, that man. Really funny. Lovely man. Yeah. Really funny. Really funny. Yeah, we had some great times in there. It was all comedians and that on and different top celebrities like Shawadi Wadi and what do you call it, the Four Tops and the Stylistics and people like that, bands from the 60s and 70s. And we had Tiger Feet on, that's right, Mud, all them. And we had the 3 times we had them on what do you call them? Mud, they were called Mud, the band from the 70s. They were a good band, number ones and that. And we had Sweet on, we had Nobby thingy, can't remember his name now. Slade, we had them on. We had what's the other band I had on? London Boys, had them on. I had loads and loads of different bands that used to come. And the other one was Bay City Rollers. Everyone loved the Bay City Rollers. They've just started off again. There's 2 of them left out of the 5, I think, now. But they started up a new tour around America. They were massive, them, massive in the 70s. They were the biggest band in the world in the 70s for 2 years. Then it just fell out. I bet you do tell me. But Lee can play anything, and I mean anything. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar. He is world, like, you put him in on stage at the London Philharmonic Orchestra, put him in that band, I don't lie, and he will play there acoustics. He can play anything. I'm not kidding you not. I swear to God, he's a professional. He's been doing it for years and years. And I've heard him on the guitar. I mean, I used to play the guitar for I used to have A, B, C, D. I think G and F I was up to. But he is absolutely unbelievable. And I mean, you know, I don't bullshit about anyone. What he can do with a guitar, obviously, is any band in the world he could play in. And I'm not joking you. Any band. That's how good he is. Absolutely unbelievable. And his little mate, Jacko. Never forget. No one does. Like I never forget a name and out. That's what he says to me. He says, you never forget fuck all. You just bang them out straight away. And that's why he said, I love your stories, because every time you tell them, they never change. I know why they never change, because you said they're the truth. And that was, I thought, yeah, it's never a true saying to me. Oh, you all tell the same stories. Yeah, but if I tell the same stories the same way, I'm telling the truth. If I say I had a fight with 8 lads, and the next one I say I had a fight with 9 lads, I'll think, wait a minute, you said 8 the other week, so then you're a liar. So if you tell the same story, you tell the truth. And that's why the book's doing so well. Autistic Man, another fantastic human being. Love him to bits as well. He's been with us thick and thin, that man. Absolutely love him. He's a lovely human being. Been with us from day one.
And he must be so multi-talented.
He's unbelievable. His drawings are unbelievable. And you know, like that Bob Ross, you know about that. He does it. He can like cartoon drawings, everything. He said, he can do anything with his hands, like drawings and that. He's just a genius. And when like setting things up, he's going to help us do all this up in here, and he's going to show us how to do all the revamp everything here, so it's all different. And he's going to do the drawings for us and all that stuff. But he is like, you couldn't get a better friend, honestly. You couldn't.
Oh yeah, Ray. So you could do them things for the training.
Oh, that's Lee fucking. Then
she's
got you now. Another fucking.
I've got a job for you. I forgot. We don't need the images because you can draw them.
Fucking hell, be Julie next. Julie, with the kids. Bring the kids. We've got a cat as well. Bring the cat. Eli will play with the cat. So there's Bobby and Eli and the cat will play together. So that's them out the way. They're safe. You know, the kids will be there, the grandkids. That's classic.
We always say we wish we lived closer to them.
Yeah, well, I'm going to move there. We're going to move. Next time, what we're going to do, I'm going to buy him. What do you think I'm going to buy him? Don't put it on leaks. I'm going to put it in my head. I'll get it in a minute. An ostrich. I'm going to buy him an ostrich. Buy him an ostrich for the zoo. Am I right? He wants an ostrich. So I'm going to buy him 2 ostriches when I become a billionaire. What to be a billionaire? This time next year we're going to be a billionaire. Yeah. He loves ostriches. What can you imagine frying that egg? Well, that'll keep the family going. One of them eggs, wouldn't it? An ostrich egg. Fucking hell, size of that.
What's that?
The yolk's on you. Yolk's on you.
Hey.
20 years old. It's good guitar. Only bought it for sure. Yeah, he's really good. Promise you, really. I don't lie for anyone. You know, I'd say yeah, he's good. I wouldn't go on like the way I am. He's brilliant. Like I say, he was in bands. He's on the guitars, singing, everything. His brother was in a massive band where they got a £1 million contract. He's on a couple of shows. Up top of the pop, he's on quite a few shows. Autistic, I think was it? I forget the name of it. Autistic something.
You love the music?
Yeah, I love the music because it's Man United now. They've done it. It's just like one of my songs. It's brilliant. I love the song. His brother sang. They could have honest. They were that good. I don't know why they never got there. They were absolutely top draw. The band, the voices, the laughing, the joking, the camaraderie. It was just I can't understand why they never made it. But they had to sign the contract to Australia for £1 million. But his brother's really talented as well. He's a businessman. His brother. He's like up there, you know, so intelligent as well, really good. But he's a Man United fan as well. But Lee's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I remember my first guitar was acoustics just at school when I started playing in the band when we used to go around the schools and old people's homes. But I couldn't play like you know, near just But even top band, like the Sex Pistols, all they could play is A, B, C, D. As long as you can get them 3 chords. The Beatles, everything, that's all they could play. And when they first started off, just 3 chords. A, B, C, D, things like that. That's all they could play. And that most songs are off them 3 notes, 3 or 4 notes. That's all you need. But when you get into what he's doing, it's diddly all that stuff. Okay, now when you play finger picking it and all that stuff. Diddle-a-did-din. I used to be able to play that. Diddle-a-did-din. Here comes the sun, little darling. It's all right.
What, you could play that?
Yeah, I could play. Yeah, I could play most of the Beatles songs, everything. I used to play the guitar. Played it for about 3 years. Couldn't fucking play it now. Could hit somebody over the head with this. Oh, it is. Jacko's quite good, his mate. Him and Jacko play.
Not just Jacko play.
Jacko plays the guitar, but he's nowhere near Lee. But Lee helps him, play. I need him playing sometimes when I'm talking to them and playing the guitars. Julie's the boss, like, oh, fucking is she? Oh, we get that fucking guitar down, get that shit into he jumps, believe me. Julie's the boss, Julie's the boss. The women are the bosses, we all say me and him. Yeah, Julie's the boss. Lovely lady, absolutely lovely lady she is.
Proper people, aren't they?
Oh, lovely people. Really nice people. Really nice. You wouldn't like Julie in your face, I tell you. 1-to-1. Oof. Would you not? I think I'd run. Me and Lee'd run. Even Eli would run. Which he starts. Yeah, he's a good lad. Illustrated guy, that's it. I couldn't illustrate. I nearly got right. Yeah, it's illustrated GY. That's his kid. Our kid, me and his brother. That's right. We say in Hartlepool that our kid's just been down there. Our kid. It's weird because like Hartlepool's a bit like he lives in Great Yarmouth. It was a Great Grimsby, and he lives there, and the Saints down there, and the fishing village is the exact same as where we're from in Hartlepool when we were kids. It's so much the same. When we used to go pinching and all that stuff and getting bits and bobs and that, he's the same. He's telling me all these stories.
What did he used to do as a kid?
Yeah, he was a kid. He always used to do it. Fucking Lee was worse than me.
Was he?
Yeah, he was fucking newspapers and everything. He was telling me all the stories. We laugh our heads off at all the things we did. Yeah, we used to do all sorts.
What you've got to when you were kids?
Yeah, I'll tell him a story. I used to do that anyway. We'll be on the phone for hours, 3 or 4 hours. We'll go and go, Julie's going, Max, my dinner's freezing. I'll tell her it won't be long. You said, you fucking tell her. No, thanks. You tell her. No way. Yeah, it's a good laugh. He's good. He's very intelligent as well. You tell him something like, say, what I like about him is that I hate yes guys, not because I can fight. And when you're the best fighter, people just fucking agree with you. I don't like that. I like people to say, no, Brian, I think you should have done this, mate, or give me their opinion. Don't just fucking say yes to me because I can fight you.
He's good at that,
I don't like people like that. I think you're just fucking pussies. If you think I'm wrong, just tell me. And I'll think, right, fuck yeah, I'm right. If I'm right, I'm right. I know when I'm right, I know. And other times I'll lose my temper a few times, and Lee's taught me how to do things. Emma's taught me how, Carol's taught me how, and Maria's taught me how of it. Julie's taught me how of it, because I've lost my temper a few times, but I've calmed down now because I've thought, whatever them see certain people call me, it's just a daft name, just a daft word. And at the end of the day, no one listens to it. There's no credence. There's only credence if you give them. Lee taught me. He said, when you start mentioning these people's name, you're giving them freedom. And you give them oxygen. And when you give them oxygen, then they're loving it. So all I do now is go delete. So I'll take them 10 minutes to say something about me. I go, delete, and gone. And then go, and then I'll read some beautiful person, a beautiful message, and think, oh, that's a lovely message. So it takes that one out of your head, or the bad one. Same as Status Quo, and I enjoy them live, proper band, live. Yeah, I used to like Status Quo. He died, didn't he, that lad? He was good. He died, didn't he? He had a heart attack, the blonde-haired lad. I can't remember his name now. But they were good, Status Quo. I love the music.
What's Lee's favourite band?
I don't know what his favourite band is. I think he just likes loads of the old stuff. He was into all sorts of stuff with him when he was young like me. Dale Strain, yeah, I will do, mate. Thank you, Dale.
Oh,
Dale, is it Dale? Brian forgets nothing. No, I don't. I don't forget nothing. I can remember things when I'm like 4 or 5 year old. My mum used to say he's got a. We'd go out in the car somewhere driving. Say we'd go to like Lambton Lion Park or something it was called. And we'd go somewhere and go there and go there. And we'd come back. I said, Mum, you go that way. See that green tree there with that yellow thing you got left there? And they'd look at me when I was saying, wished with Scottish speech, be quiet. Wished. You wished. Oh, you've gone the wrong way. Left one there, there's the tree, there's the yellow phone box thing. And she'd look at me and turn back around. My dad would go, he's right again. So in the end, I was the one, I'd tell him what to get on. We'd go like, say, 40, 50 miles, 60 miles up to the Dow. No, you go left on that lane, because remember that, see that chain was open, shut now. And things like that. And I'm like, fucking hell, so you remember that? My memories like that, just in my brain absorbs everything, and I never forget now. I'll go on here with you, and I'm like, what's that name? And it'll just come in my head. And when I do quizzes, like quizzes, 7 times out of 10, I'll win that quiz. Whoever's on it, like fucking tryptophan factor and things like that. I'm really good at them. Really good. My niece has got, Mum, he's got 27 questions in a row, right? Uncle Brian would have won £600,000 or something, that. The chase and things like that, they're easy then. The chase, piece of piss. We were skinned. We had to pinch, didn't we, big man? Yeah, we had to fucking. Well, it was. You had no money, 7 in our family. Didn't have money. You couldn't get. Mom, can I have this? You couldn't. You wouldn't have dared ask your mum. I used to have training shoes. My shoes would have holes in them, and I used to get cardboard, like off a box and cut it out and put it in my shoe. My son's shoe. I'd walk to school, and if it started raining, then the fucking shoe would all the pieces of paper would come out. So what I used to do, if I'd done that, I used to get a plastic carrier bag, put it on my foot, put my socks on, put a plastic carrier bag like a bag where you could get sweets in it, like a biggish bag. Put that on me with an elastic band around it, and I'd walk with me, because only one shoe would have hole in, and I'd have that, and I'd be okay, but that foot would be sweating like bad when you were in class or whatever. And I have to do things like that, all the cardboard, cornflake boxes, and cut the cardboard out, put it in, but when it rained, they were knackered because it didn't last long. Yeah, you go to school with things like that. And I remember getting a pair of football boots, and they were all plastic studs, and they looked like Adidas Sambas. They were the dearest trainees then. So I got a red hot poker, because everything was cooked. Coal fires in them days, right? So I got the poker and I bent all the studs off, and I had them. I was walking to school thinking it was great because it was on the concrete and on the grass. But when I went in the fucking school hall, I was sliding all over the floor, fucking everywhere. I was sliding. Everyone was laughing at me. I was fucking dead bright red. I was up to grab the seat, and my feet were just sliding all over because they were like dead thick hard plastic. And when the soles were cut, like the studs were cut off, my feet were just sliding all over because it was a wood floor. Well, them parky floorings. Good night, everyone laughing at me in the school. Yeah. Yeah, Tracy, AJ Tracy. YouTube is about bringing people together and having a great laugh. It is Tracy, love you, AJ Tracy, you're 100%. It's nice to be nice to people, and people put little things in. It's been great tonight, and the thing is, if you're nasty and horrible to someone could take their life. Somebody who's not very well, they're really poorly, they're really suffering. Somebody who's lost a mum or something, or somebody who's lost a brother or a sister, and they're really down the dumps, and they could be living in a little bed sit on their own and sit there and think, I'm not fucking living no more, I'm just going to take an overdose and kill themselves because of somebody's horrible, nasty comment. That's what does my head in. I don't like nasty comments off people. They give them to me all day long, I'll just delete you. All I'll do is go beep. As soon as I see the certain person doing it, I can tell by the right, and I just go beep, and just hide from the channel and never comes back out. So they can sit there all day trying to be negative. I say you've been positive all day. I'm going to be positive because I'm getting all positive vibes and all positive input off you. They're sitting negative, sending negative content, but they're getting no response. So if you respond to them, they think, yes, that's annoyed him. Yes, that's annoyed him. So they get really buzzing. They get a buzz out of it. So if you don't respond to them, it's not negative because they're the only ones sitting negative then because they've got nothing to respond back to because you're not saying nothing. So since we've been doing this the last week, it's absolutely flying. Look at that, over 152 people on a Sunday night.
It's
still
Monday.
Sat here. Is it Monday? Oh, I thought it was Sunday.
You said it's 11.
Do you know what? I thought it was Sunday night, mate. 150 on now. 150 people on the Monday night, though. It's marvellous still, beginning of the week. I used to love Thursdays, mate, because I used to think Thursdays were my favourite night, so I used to get up on Friday. I like Thursday because Top of the Pops was on. I used to get up the next day on Friday and say, thank Crunchy, it's Friday. Remember that, Lee? It used to be Crunchy. And that was saying you go to school and you come home and you watch Green Jail and think, you'd be off at Bunchy Dorsey, we'll go here, we'll go down the town, we'll be going nicking, we'll pinch a couple of them. We used to pinch these cakes called Devon Splits. They were all cream in the middle. But when they used to deliver them at the market stores, they would go in the man would go in to get the chitty side. And we'd be in the back of the fucking van pinching it. And then we used to go over the wall, the lemonade bottles. My mate would hug me over the wall, get over the wall and get a crate, open the gate, lock it. So I open the gate, unlock it, put the crate out, and then lock it, and then climb back over so they didn't know. And then we go around to the other shop and take it in that shop and take the bottles back, say, you got 2 pence each for bottles. Now, it was only 3 pence for a Mars bar. A Lion bar was 3 pence, things like that. So you make a fortune. So you go and have 10 bottles, be like, was that 24 pence? I think it was 12 bottles in the carts to 24 pence. So we'd get you the bats and everything. It was only something like 15 pence in the cinema to get in the cinema, which is the Odeon. And then there was the other one I used to love films like Indiana Jones and all that. And I used to like films like, Star Wars, Back to the Future, and all them type of films were great. I went to see James Bond, the one, I can't remember what it's called now. I've seen all the James Bond films at the Odeon. 20 pence, I think it was, 25 pence in the end to get in. You could sit and watch. You used to get a B movie, which was like a pool movie. So you get a B movie, and then you get an A movie, so you get to watch 2 movies for 25 pence. You sat there loving it. And then you get your bit of ice cream or something. My mum used to take us. I went with my mum to watch The Wizard of Oz. I remember going to Middlesbrough with her. I was in hospital for 6 weeks in oxygen tent because I was bad with asthma, bad. Anyway, I got out and she took me to see The Wizard of Oz. Remember them walking around, them little things, and the flying monkeys. Fucking marvellous it was. And I seen that when Mum was about 5 or 6, I think. And then we went to my nana's in Redcar. That was like, I got bananas and stayed with my uncles there. And that's why I still was called Scotch Bride, because they were all Scottish. I was born in Scotland, so all my nanas, so my nana and all their sons and my aunties all spoke Scottish, and my cousins and nephews. So, all right, yeah, I would talk Scottish at the house. But when I got older, I had to speak English to blend in with the people when you're waiting on the doors and stuff. I was about 20-year-old to change my accent to blend in because people couldn't understand you on the door and stuff. Yeah. All right there, no problem, pal. Aye, I'll give you a good hiding in a minute. In Scotland, they go, if you want to fight, like, tag it to your fucking tees out. That means you want to have a fight. But like, you want a square go, me and you on there, square go. So that's a fight, 1-on-1. But I lost 4 brothers. Yeah, after. Yeah, I'm good, love you. No, God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Tracy.
God bless you.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Tracy, and I always will.
Yeah. God bless you very much. Thank you. Lovely message. Lovely. So that's worth doing when you see lovely messages like that. And yeah.
And thank you for coming on and supporting us.
Yeah, thank you for supporting us, Tracy, and thank you for the lovely comments. And you look after yourself. We're always here for you, as you know. Emma's always there. So you text away on you, Emma.
Of course, anytime.
Anyone on here wants to text me or Emma, you're welcome anytime. No matter what time it is, it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, not bothered. If you're poorly and you're bad, just let us know. Green Shield stamps, I remember getting them as well. We used to go to the shop. There was a little corner shop and it was made of wood, the shop. It was right next to the Touchdown pub, and there was the Westfield Road, and Westfield Road and West Dykes in Redcar. So we lived at 224, and we used to go to the shop, and Anne was at the top, and there was another woman, Mrs. Jenkins, and they'd like tap in Hartlepool, they call them tabs. Brian, when he goes to get some tabs, so 20 tabs, to give me 20 pence. And 20 pence was fucking like, brilliant. So I got 20 pence off there, 10 off there, 10 off there. So I come back with 50 pence or something, 60 pence. I've got the pictures for that, in my head. But I used to get Green Shield stamps as well, and used to get a book. And you saved the Green Shield stamps up and you stuck them in the book. So what we used to do with them, Bobby used to save them up, because if your full book would get you, like, say, I don't know, some flowers or something for your mum for a birthday or something, or Christmas and that. So we'd save up the Green Shield stamps, and that would be like our mum's birthday money for the presents and that, and get maybe we used to get them after 8 or something, a box of them or something, and some flowers or something for mum's birthday, and write a card out and come in and go happy birthday. We'd come in the bedroom singing to her at the early hours of the morning and give her a card.
Do that hand. Show people how we do that hand.
Come on. Here's a kiss.
Tracy, there's Eli.
Here he is.
Hold on.
Mad.
Eli. Hello, baby boy.
There he is. He's cleaning my set, mate. No, my hand's bad, obviously paralysed a bit. He does that for hours and hours on my hand.
That's what he does to Brian's
all night long.
And it's like he gets the circulation back in it, isn't he?
Yeah, and he nibbles my fingers to try and make my fingers better.
And it's always that hand, isn't it?
Yeah, never the other hand. It's always that one. He'll do that for like 20, 30, 40 minutes. He's massaging my wrists and everything. Do me for him. You love your dad?
Yeah, love Dad, don't you?
You love Dad? Tell me. Tell me you love me.
Big boy, aren't you?
He starts talking to me. He's like, wow. He sounds like an alien from another planet. Which that wire doesn't get down there and he'll pull it off.
I've got him.
Because he's a little bugger for pulling things.
Yeah, I'll do it.
He's so sneaky. He's crafty, They are naff, intelligent bull terriers. Unbelievable. Lee Watley loves him. Yeah, Lee, we used to go down potato picking, go up the fucking thing, and then you get 50 pence. And the Mars bar says, okay then. So you'll say, can you come back tomorrow? You go back tomorrow, you'd have the farmer, the bastard, the horrible and farmers, greedy bastards. Come back the next day after all that work, 6, 7, 8 hours, 2 or 3 hours to get there, 2 or 3 hours to walk back, 10 hours or something, and they wouldn't even give you 50 pence, greedy bastards. And they used to give you like 50 pence at a Mars bar. You wouldn't get out off of me. So you have to come back tomorrow. My little friend Donnie said he got the same thing. Horrible farmers. They're always tight as. Little Don, from Darlow. Little Don, when he went, and he said the same. They wouldn't give him any money. He said he was doing all these basketfuls of potatoes for 6 hours, put them all in on the back of the tractor. And then they said, right, you've got to do another load. He went, fuck off. And he walked out, little Don. Fucking dickhead. He was fuming. He kicked all the tatties all over Don. Yeah, little Don. He's a great kid, little Don. He's from Darlington. What a lovely lad he is. He's absolutely beautiful. I love him a bit. He's been there from thick and thin, always stuck up for us. He's really intelligent, but we go through conversation. Mainly the water, he's the same. We talk about the old cartoons and the old stuff and the old things what people did. I mean, the old days, your mum would make the Sunday dinner, like Emma's mum. You'd all sit around the dinner table, and everyone would talk. What have you done today at school? And what have you done? What are you at school tomorrow? What are you doing? I'm with Mr. Bew. I'm playing the guitar. He's teaching me, or I'm in the gym training, or we're doing whatever. I did a map of the world once on the wall for the school. I had to do it. I did like Zimbabwe and all in different places on the map and put all the names up and everything. Then I did another one next year where I did moon base alpha, made out of toilet rolls and everything, and painted them all and all that. So I did a big moon base, and it was marvelous. It was like space, and you put it on a display when you're outside the assembly. People come and see it, like all done up and that. But I love doing things where, like other people would like it, and people would think, oh, that's good what you've done. Just didn't get any bonuses off them or out like that, but I just like doing things. I was really good at doing things. My mum's really good at things and all painting and all that stuff. I was really good at fixing tellies and radios and all sorts, but my hands are knackered now.
Brian.
Drives me mental. Yeah?
Don said he's a tatty killer.
It's on little Don.
I've just
Tatty killer. Oh, they're horrible, them farmers. They're the most greediest people on the planet. They're honest, rotten with greed. You know, I went one for one before, and I made a fortune for him. Oh, terrible. Won't pay you. Well, I don't know you till next week. I'm only asking 2 days early. Fucking hell. They're terrible. No, like once a year, I get paid. You go and try to get your money like 1 day earlier. Oh, I don't want to next week. Paying it. You pick the tatties out the ground, you put them into baskets, then you put the baskets on the back of the trucks. But it's back breaking, bent over like 5, 6, and you might get 20-minute rest every 2 or 3 hours.
And did the farmer's wife make your food around?
They're the shite. We'll give you fucking water and buying food. Won't even give you a drink of water. Oh, the rotten agreed. Charge you for the water. There was no cows. It was a field of when do you ever hear a cow having a tatty? The cows didn't lay tatties. No, the tatties laid cows. Jab, stab. I like that one. Freedom. The only tatty picker needs one is out our fucking cupboard. What tatty picker? The only tatty picker needs us is the ones you put on the plate. The ones you put on the plate on Sunday night. I thought it was Sunday today, and I've woke up fucking Sunday, now it's Monday. I've been on here for over a day. Honest to God, it's been that quiet. I thought I got up, I went to bed. That's how good I've been sleeping. I woke up about 12 o'clock. Lee Watley was on the phone, then Little Don. And I went back to sleep. Then Steve Mack texted me to see if he was all right. And yeah, but Lee's got all my stuff, so I'm going to put them up for you to see. I know I don't have to prove now, but I like just to sicken the horrible haters and go, there you are, ha ha ha. I know, like a little kid in the playground. And that's what I'm like, ha ha ha, he, little brown dog and me and you. And it makes them look like absolute fools when they say you're lying. And you put out all the documentation, the paperwork, and the court letters, and the judge has written in it. Judge Scott was called the judge. Yeah, 30 odd months ago. Stacey Brown, hello. John Stab, John Sweeney. Jab but don't stab. I like that one. I jabbed them bang right on the nose.
Hey, Jab, don't stab me up. You all right?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Michael's
Donny's in the house. Is Donny in the house?
Hey, Donny.
Donny. What is it, Donny? Little Don. My nose is itchy because of Eli. See, as soon as he comes near me, my nose is itching. Been on over 2 hours, never itched once. 2.5 hours. My nose never itched. As soon as Eli comes, because his hairs, when the little tiny hairs, they make your nose itch like mad. All dogs make me itch. What you can't do is feel miles better after just a few weeks. Stay strong and you slip. No need to raise clean counter. Just carry on from where you were. Yeah, we all slip up in things in life. No one's perfect. No one. Told you apart from me. Yeah, we all did daft things. We all did daft things in our life. None of us. We're not everything. Every single person has done things they've been ashamed of. Every single person has done things they're not proud of. And every single person has made mistakes. Now, the thing about mistakes is, the crazy thing, if you keep doing the same mistake over and over again, it's like walking into the wall, walking into the wall, walking into the wall. If you walk into the wall and bang your head twice, you think, fuck that, I'm not doing that again. Well, that's what mistakes are. So if you make the same mistake and keep walking into the wall, you're never ever going to get better. So push yourself down and think, what am I doing wrong here? And then if you say, all of them out there are liars, all of them out there are wrong. No, you're the one who's wrong. You've got to sit back and think, I'm wrong. I'm not going to do something right here. How can not like thousands of people say you're wrong and you're one person saying you're right? There's no way, it's impossible. So that's when you have mental health issues. When you start believing you're wrong, you're right, and every single person, everybody's wrong apart from you. It's just not right. Obviously, you need help then. But the thing is, don't sit there.
Like that came in today, said, I'm sorry for sitting in the past and things like that. That's amazing that you can actually.
Yeah, that's. Do you know what? I forgive anyone, mate. Anyone. Jesus can do it, and he was billion times more bigger than me and stronger than me. Billions and billions of times more. I'm just a grain of sand compared to him. And if he can forgive people, I can forgive people. So I don't mind somebody coming and saying, look, Brian, I've got the wrong stick. And I've done it with people. I've got the wrong stick and thought somebody's a tosser, he's a scumbag. When I found out the good people, it's somebody else manipulating you, or somebody else lying about them. And I've gone, look, mate, I can only apologise. You've heard me say to people, I said, look, I really thought it was you the other day. I'm sorry I blocked you the other day. I really apologise. Please, can you forgive me? And that's all you can do. If they say no, they say no. But if you at least you ask for forgiveness. And if they don't forgive you, obviously, it's stupid, Andy, because you've said you're sorry. You just move on. It just eats you up. And then what happens, you get that anger in you and you get that poison. A snake bite never killed anyone. It's the poison in the snake that starts going round your body, into your heart, up your arms, in your legs, in your brain, and then that's what kills you. So it's not the actual snake that kills you, it's the poison that's in your body. And that's what happens when you get jealous. And say somebody wins the lottery, $2 a win, they're going to pay the house outright, and they get a new extension on, or there's loads of people get things around here better than ours, got better cars than me, things like that. It never bothers me. I've had all that stuff. I've had the top range of all sorts of cars and everything. So it's just an item. But at the end of the day, these people that see my new cars, if it's like the best thing since sliced bread, who gives a fuck? You've got a car worth 100 grand. So what? £1,000 car does the same job. With a £100,000 car, it gets you from A to B, and that's all I want to do. As long as it's nice and safe, the tyres are right, the brakes right, and everything else, you've got your MOT, your tax test and everything on it, and you got your licence up to date. That's all you need. You don't need to be, my car's better than yours, I've got a Range Rover. Well, so what? I've got a Vectra, 2-litre Vectra, convertible. I love it. Put a tenner in it, I get about 80-90 miles for a tenner. I'm not bothered about all these big posh cars now, and BMs and this one and that one and Jeeps and all that. Been there, seen it, done it, not interested. I'm happy to be in the house with my beautiful wife, happy to go out with my beautiful wife, like we did today, have a walk about the shops, do a bit of shopping, go out to like little places, go and see her sister, go and see my sister, go and see my mum, go and see my dad, go and see Emma's family, and just having days out like that. That's us happy. We're not interested. And if we can help people on the YouTube channel, what we're doing, that makes me feel great, going to bed on the night thinking, I've just saved that kid there, I've just helped him, or I've just helped that person get better. And you go to bed and you think, I'm over the moon about that person. But if I wasn't on here doing it, I'd probably be just sitting about doing nothing. So I'd rather be doing something good in my life than doing something bad in my life.
No, hold on a minute. I think Liam's back. Hold on.
Back's tight.
Where is he?
L71, it is L71, L71. Hey, Liam, son, where have you been?
Liam, is that you?
There's only one L71.
Right, Liam, so I can mod you up. Tell me a song that you've sang on our show. So I can mod you.
Or tell us. Tell us something only us know. Can't be asked.
Come on.
Farmers. Yeah, you're right. Freedom to fucking rip everyone off. That's why everything's fucking delivered through farmers. Greedy fuckers they are.
Freedom. I think Levi 501 was just saying materialistic is bullshit, right? We come to this earth with nothing and we leave with nothing. He was just saying like materialistic stuff.
Yeah, it's just like what it is now. I used to walk around 36 grand chain on, 25 grand watch, thinking, what about that watch? 40 grand car, 50 grand car, 30 grand car, all on the front, top of the range Harley Davidson, fucking everything you could get in my house is the best of everything, tellies, everything. Like I said, if you've got 5 tellies, you can only watch one. If you've got 8 baths, you can only get 1 bath. If you've got 10 settees, you can only sit in one. So it's immaterial shite. This is what comes in here, your heart and your mind. As long as you put food in your belly, you've got a nice house to sit in, it's nice and clean and nice, and you've got families all settled, you're making a few quid. You don't have to make fucking 10 grand a week. As long as you're putting food on the table, looking after your kids, treating your wife, treating your kids, going and seeing your family, being a nice human being, and having a nice life, and that's all you need in life. You don't need to be a multi-millionaire.
Also, please, Liam's back here.
Yeah, he's a great lad. You don't need.
The was brilliant what he did, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. Really good. But
Liam does that.
Liam
makes so many people happy by just.
Well, when I was talking to L71, when he was first, he was really bad, poorly, and I started talking to him all the time, and I got him better. And Liam said, if it wasn't for you, Brian, and Emma, I wouldn't be better. I'd still be poorly. So we helped him get better. And then he started entertaining people and making people laugh, and everyone was creased laughing because he was so funny. And the songs he was doing were brilliant. So the nicest we did to him to help him, he started helping other people on here. It was great. So that's another great story, isn't it?
Great night, weren't they?
Yeah, brilliant. Laughing our heads off. He was so funny.
When he used to change in, when he got the ironing board.
Oh, he was on the ironing board doing the Beach Boys. And he's got thingy gib with the teeth in. We'll have to get him back on.
Oh, he's class.
Every single person. Carol loved him. She said, I've never laughed so much in my life. He's so funny.
Oh, he's great.
Great. His mum's a lovely lady as well.
See, when it's positive, have you noticed as well? It attracts all the lovely people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's so happy.
Well, it was created to be the positive channel. Obviously, we got pulled in by the devil's worshippers, so we end up getting stuck in there for a bit. But that's gone now, so we're just positive now. Just ourselves down on here, feeling great, getting up out of bed every day. I even think it's Sunday now. So I've slept longer than I thought.
My Sunday dinner can't be that good yesterday.
No, that Sunday dinner was lovely last night. You give me on the bed. Yeah, I ate it that fast. I choked myself, and you only get stuck in your throat and you can't hardly breathe. Oh, terrible. Well, 10 minutes before I could get it down, it was stuck. I gulped it. Not chewing. You're supposed to chew meat 34 times to digest it properly. I was chewing it 4 times.
Tell them about when I saved your life the other week.
Yeah, that was the bacon though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Better come home with Speedy Gonzalez.
And my Eli, love him to bits. I love him to bits. I love everyone to bits on here. Everyone's on here. All good people. We love you all. And that's what it's about. Love is the best thing in the world. Love is more powerful than any money. Love is more powerful than any object or any other thing. Love is the most powerful thing. It makes people do crazy things and walk through fires to save the kids, or go through a war to save people. And love is the most powerful emotion in the whole world.
Don said, will you tell Liam? He said hi.
Liam, Don said hello to your son. You all right, brother?
Just talk to me.
Just little Don. Don's a good friend of Liam's.
Likes Liam. Liam's back.
Liam's a lovely. He's lovely. He's really clever as well. Really clever. Big lad and all. Big lump of a lad he is. Nice to have people back. See what's happened now? The good people are coming back now because the idiots are gone.
Have you been keeping well, Liam?
Lived in a building to look after. Moved in a building to look after elderly. You can't both come and look after the elderly before us. That's what I do. Oh, that's marvellous. What a brilliant job you've got. Brilliant. Nice to help people, isn't it? Especially when the roles of the Queen. A lot of people have gone through like wars for us, stood up for us, and you're getting these scumbags breaking their houses and robbing them when they've been in like a battlefield. They've lost limbs and brothers and mums and uncles that have been bombed and things like that. And you get these scumbags going when they're 85, 90, 100-year-old breaking their house, robbing them. I think it's absolute. I think it should be lifed off for life. Yeah, anyone. I think you should never, ever should be able to get out of jail. Them type of people do that to the low lives, picking on the elderly because they know they can't fight back. That's what they are, cowards, pure cowards. I love it when they're all talking to each other, helping each other. It's marvellous. That's exactly what the channel's about. And it just gives you more. It gives you more and uplifting that the people helping each other on here go to bed as well, happy because they've helped someone themselves. It's just marvellous. It's just like It's like a snowball effect. When a snowball rolls off a mountain, it ends up like an avalanche. So what's happening now? It's like an avalanche effect now because there's 158 people on now, and we've been on nearly 3 hours. Unbelievable. And I've never seen so many people for ages. We're getting up to maybe, I think it was 170 the other night. 100. It's never been less than 148 people on the last 5 or 6 lives. We're getting something like 5 to 6,000 people a day liking. Sorry, the likes we're getting is like 150 a day on every single live. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anyone get that anywhere on any. You'll see somebody get 2 or 3 likes or 5 or 10, but not 150, not 100, 114 on here.
It shows you when people say, "Oh, they get numbers for dramas," but we've had more numbers for being lovely, haven't we?
Yeah, you don't get more. You do get more numbers for dramas. Don't get me wrong, but the drama doesn't help anyone. The dramas make people ill, and they're all screaming and shouting and going on drinking and want to kill people and stab people. So then what you're doing is when you're doing that, you're getting people where they get depression, they're going home, starting to drink, starting to take drugs because their heads are fried because of all this arguing to each other on here. So you're making yourselves ill by the dramas. Get off the dramas. Get off the dramas and you'll feel better. Get positive, and you think positive, you'll be positive. If you start thinking, I'm going to tell him straight, and what I can't fuck him, I'm going to tell that Tommy Smith, I'm going to tell that Andy, then your head starts getting full of poison and starts getting all this oozing out of you, and you're going to get in the bed. I'm going to tell him tomorrow. So your subconscious is thinking, I'm going to smash his face in. So you're waking up, you're having terror dreams and all sorts in your head, and you're getting up. That's why you can't sleep, because all that nonsense in your head. Don't watch horror films at night either. Don't watch things or people being murdered. Don't watch like things or 15 people were killed today. Don't watch the news. It drives you mad. They try to control you by watching the news. One thing I don't watch is the news, because most of it is misconstrued to use you like a puppet, like a sheep, where you go, oh yeah, like my mum. Oh, it's been on the news, so it's got to be true. They're really old people, really, but they've got them conned. Don't use generation get conned, because it's just all bullshit. It's bullshit. They control you through the news and adverts and things. Subliminal
fear, alarm, and distress.
Subliminal messaging will put things up to make you. Oh, it's like you go into the shops and they'll have a picture of something on the wall and oh, buy one of them because I'm hungry. So it's like advertising. That's what they do. The con you. There was things years ago they used to put up. They used to put them up in shot. They used to put what it is. I think it's 16 shots, like screenshots like that. Shows one picture. So what they used to do was so one picture of a hot dog, so it would come up, but you couldn't see it with your eyes, but it would register in your brain. So you'd be sat there going, I think I'll get a hot dog. You couldn't see the hot dog on there because it's flashed in the air. It's got in your imaging in your brain. And you should do a Coca-Cola. Check this out, honest. It's called subliminal messaging. So you sat there and you think, fancy a Coke? For no reason, just fancy a Coca-Cola. So they did it in the cinemas in the 40s and 50s. And the Coca-Cola went up by about 60% more people buying Coca-Cola, and something like 40-50% were buying more hot dogs. And they're not allowed to do it now, but they'll be still do. If they could do that then in the 40s, what can you do now? So it just shows you how far the brainwashing people, the brainwash you. Have a look, subliminal messages, have a look at it. You think I'm making it up? It's true. We really still do it to people. Hey, do you fancy a hot dog? Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden I fancy it, because you've seen it on there flashing up. So every 16 screenshots, you see it going out there, it'll flash, go into your brain. Your eyes will see it, but it can't register it, but it registers in your brain. So then you think, right, I'm going to get a hot dog. I know people think he's lost the plot. Have a check of it out. I'm right, Emma.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so clever. Brainwashing, the CIA and things like that. Really clever. Kevin Mooney, I work as a care assistant and at old folks home. Oh, Kevin, that's a marvellous job you're doing. That's what I do for my brother. I used to look after my mum as well, but she's got a carer now. I've done it for my brother since he was 30 odd years or more. Looked after him. Sometimes hard, isn't it? Brother, it is hard sometimes. You struggle sometimes because it's hard work, but it's worth it. Yeah, but I wasn't hard to look after.
No, I mean, when you were first out of hospital, it was like, it was tiring that, wasn't it? Because you were so ill.
Terrible. I mean, from being the best fight, arguably the best fight in the country, to be not be able to even feed yourselves.
Kevin, was he crying?
Well, he was crying his eyes out. He was pouring his eyes. You should have seen me. Like, I was shaking like that, and the horrible people going, Karma's got you, and all that crap and thought. So I just kept saying, you only get back, and they said, you'll never walk again. You'll never ever train again. Forget that. The doctor said you might walk, you might not 50-50, but you will never train again. You'll never be able to lift weights. Well, that's how wrong you fucking are. Yeah, the news is Billy Murray. The news is depressing because that's what they want you. They want you down and depressed. Fucking, there is 2 little kids have been murdered and raped today. Straight away, it sends your stomach. It's fucking horrible. It's all about horrible stuff. They never come on and give you nice things, do they? Oh, today a woman helped such and such. Why don't they have that type of news? That's a good idea I've just come up with. Why don't we have like today 5 little kittens were saved in a cellar. A man saved a little boy from being run over. Wouldn't that be better to watch than all that fucking dooming? Oh, there's been 85 kids blown to pieces.
Hey, I might search for good news that day and then tell you what it is before the channel. You can. It's a
good idea. Come out with the next good idea for your brain. For even the news people, why don't you let us do the good news on here? Good evening, news at 10, but I thought it was Sunday, but it's Monday. I'm sat here on a Sunday and it's Monday. That's me. My job's gone right out the window. I thought, because it's been all doom, a bit gloomy, and that lad come everywhere around here today. It's been like a Sunday. You know, what feels like? What does a fun Sunday feel like? Oh, it feels it's a bit warm. Is it cold? No, do you know what it feels like? A doom and gloom day. Because Sundays are always like that, aren't they? Like doom and gloom. You think I've got to go to school in the morning. Gutted. I've nicked off now, haven't I? Then. Yeah, I really thought it was Sunday. Easily conned as the elderly, it's ridiculous. Well, the elderly do get conned, but I've noticed that the younger generation are getting conned, like 20-odd-year-old, 30-year-old, and they're getting conned because of the message you're getting off the news and off the government. That's what they do. They bullshit you, and bullshit you. I mean, look at the fucking money going up on the mortgages. How can you quadruple? So say somebody's getting £1,500 a month, and the mortgage is £500. How can you quadruple it when you only make £1,500? How could they make £2,000? I know they're going to pay for the food and everything else, and the electricity and the gas and the water and the cars and the insurance and everything else. How are they going to pay for all that? Are you fucking daft? What's going to happen? There's going to happen like it's happened in France. There's going to be a fucking coup. They're going to overrun the country. That's what's going to happen. You need to step back and think he's fucking right here. You're making a rod, building a rod for your back. And what's going to happen? People are going to start fighting back like they did in the 16th century, I think it was. And what's going to happen is they're going to be like with the Bastille, when they stormed the Bastille in France. That's what they've done virtually. They're going to do that. People cannot sit with no food and no place to live and be put outside in the streets. They're going to start fighting back. They're going to start stealing. They can't feed your children. You'll go and steal for it. You'll start stealing out of shops. You'll start stealing out of whatever cars and selling them bikes, whatever. Mobile phone shops, everything. They'll go in, they'll start pinching, and what they pinch will be more than what you should be. If you paid them the money what they need, bring the infrastructure down, the rate, right? Then you won't. It'll cost you less, because in the long run it's going to cost you more because of all the court cases and everything else. I'm telling you now, you're going to fuck yourselves up what you're doing. I mean, look at that. They give you a raise. What was it? 10%. But the food's gone up 300%. How the fuck can that help? So if the food's gone up, your money's gone up 10%. So if you get £100, it's gone up to 110. If you get £1,000, it's gone up to 1,100. But the food's gone up from £1,000 to £4,000. So how are you going to pay that? How are you going to pay for the food if your money's gone up 10% and theirs has gone up for 4 times? You go to Tesco's, it was £200, now it's £400. How can they do that? And they can't say it's the diesel, they can't say it's this, they can't say it's that. They'll probably blame the war. That's what they do. They'll blame everything onto that now. Oh, it's because of the war, it's because of the war, because of the war. That's what they do. They'll hoodwink you with bullshit, and then you just forget about it. Nobody seemed, years ago, people like the managers, they fuck you, we're standing up, we're going to pick it, we're going to stand here, fuck you. They went on 2 years strike. They stood up to them and stood back. No one gives a fuck. No one. There's no one there saying, right, why don't we all stick together as a family, as a unit? We're not going to put up with this fucking shit no more. We're not going to be treated like dogs. We're not going to be treated like slaves. We're not going to be treated like fucking lambs to the slaughter, because that's what's happening, people. There's old people dying all over the country with freezing cold because they can't afford. You can either spin a coin, warmth, or food. They can't afford both. Now, I think that's disgusting. People are starving to death. In the 21st century, we're on about sending people to Mars, but you can't even look after your own fucking planet, or your own old people, or people on the street starving of starvation and hunger, who've been in the army 10 years in places like Afghanistan, Iraq, and all these different places they've done tours of, to come back to get the sack and live on the streets and be on heroin. It's just not right. It's not right. You're just vile. But then you'll say, right, we bankers are going to have an extra £10 million a year. You put your wages up 10 million. And these Tories and whatever governments, I don't care where they are, we decide we're going to have 100 grand more wages a year. 100 fucking grand wages going up. For what? Sitting in the fucking House of Commons and falling asleep and talking shit. And making all the shittiest fucking, and we are going to do this today, and we are going to fight for the people. No, it's all shite. All you want to do, when you can tell a politician's lying, is when his fucking lips move. The shit comes out of the mouth. There's more shit comes out of the mouth than it comes out their ass. Sorry for being rude, but they get on my nerves. There's people starving out there on the streets for nothing. Like, isn't there? I used to go and help people, just to feed them on the streets, and with people starving to death in the 21st century. What is going on? Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
The other thing that drives me mad as well is the way vet prices have gone up, and people don't take the dogs to the vet, like the local vets or whatever.
Yeah, the dogs
so they
are dying.
go to the PDSA, which is a funded place for people who with low amounts of money who take the dogs there, but because the funding's that low, they haven't got the equipment
so they put the dog under.
X-ray dogs or what find out, or they haven't got the means to do it. So, like, why don't the government put some money into each PDSA animal hospital as the right equipment to do what a normal vet could do as well?
Even put money in towards the RSPCA, because the RSPCA are struggling the worst they've ever been because of all this carry on with no money. So them poor dogs are getting put under, and there's probably maybe 20 quid to fix it, but they can't afford to do it because they haven't got the funding. What Emma's just said. So I've seen dogs now getting put under. I have a little dog on the other day. Fucking, there was 12 little dogs it found in a drain, and they saved them. I was like, oh, thank God, tears of my eyes for joy for them. And then you'll see little dogs getting put under because they can't afford things like that. It doesn't make
Every town should have a PDSA that is filled with all the equipment. The government should make sure it's like that and then get funding, but it hasn't got the equipment.
Even if the people could put the funding in, help, even a couple of quid off people, residents and that, to fund to get them X-ray machines and things like that, so the people who've got dogs, especially old people and that, their loved ones can be looked after and cherished and kept fit because they've got the funding off. People have put the money in. You've got these people sat there with fucking trillions of pounds, could easily pull it out of the pocket and say, like, there's a PDSA in that town, another one from another town, there's a PDSA done there.
Well, animals suffered, you know.
And they just let people, it's not just the animals, it's the people.
Yeah, but the people treat the animals like
the children.
Like children.
And the thing is, when they lose that dog, these older people, they lose their lives, they give up their lives, they've got nothing to live for. That little dog, that little cat, that little mouse, whatever they've got in the house to play with, and they sit there, they cuddle it on the settee and watch the telly, and come on, whatever, Fido, blah, 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 go and get some food, get this. It gives them something to do because they're feeding and cherishing and caring for something. It gives you strength to keep living, because you think, if I go, my cat won't be able to get fed. So it gives them, but once the cat does go, because it has to be put under because they can't afford the vet bill, the person who just says, I'm just going to give up now, and they give up and die. It's happening everywhere. I'm not just making this up as I go along, I'm telling you the truth. Old people, that's all they've got. They have a dog. The dog's old and they can't afford to take the vet.
What about when they scared the old people that much last year about the electricity prices? There were poor things were going out and buying all the candles they could. And I mean, with them being old and stuff and leaving candles on, how dangerous is that? And it's like, who were having candles on their houses, no, like panic buying, letting the old people panic buy stuff. All they do is cause fear, alarm, and distress into people.
And if you did that in real life to someone in the streets, you'd be charged off the police for it. But the government can do what they fucking want because they're the government. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll always stand up for the people. I'll always stand up for the truth.
Oh, we need to have an uprising then, don't we? You, Natalie, what?
They'll take our people. You might take our freedom, but you're not taking our fucking people. Yeah. Brian, always working, doing stuff in the background and don't think about. Yeah, Richie Biscuits, always working, doing in the background, don't think about, yeah. LDR. You got to remember the elderly brought us up. The elderly made us. The elderly stood in the war and said, fuck you to the Nazis in 1936 and stood there as an island, and we all stood together and fought them. A tiny little island beat the great.
Imagine what they'd be thinking about us lot now, buddy, you know.
The great German army wiped them out. We destroyed them. We them RAF pilots went up there, outnumbered 5-1, and still beat them. Still beat them. We wouldn't give in. We shall fight them on the beaches. We shall fight them in the streets. We shall fight them in the landing fields. We shall fight them on the beaches, wherever he says, and he goes, and we shall never, never, ever give in. That's gone. We've got none of that backbone. It's all gone. People just think, oh, well, let them get on with it. Oh, well, Agnes died last night. Oh, Betty died yesterday. I don't think he's got along, Tommy. I think she's going to die next week. Fucking hell. Terrible. Put them in old people's homes, steal all the money off them as well. That's what they do.
Oh, that's what Don told me.
They steal all the fucking money off you when you go in there because you've got your house, it's in their name, because they haven't left the will, it's not in the bank. They take all the money, sell the house for hundreds of thousands of pounds, and then they die 2 months later in a fucking old people's home. They keep all the money.
Have you heard what Don told me today as well, so there's like, know how many people like need liver or lung transplants, this, that, and the other, right? Do you know Katie Price's mum?
I don't know yet.
No, but she was on the programme. She just, like, bless her for having to go through that. But she had a transplant, yeah? And she managed to jump the queue for who she was.
Yeah, it's wrong.
It's crazy, isn't it? And all that postcode stuff, and do you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you can get treatment of that there.
If you're in London, where all the toffs live, you can get it. It's always been the same. It's always been London way. In the posh areas of London suburbs, get every fucking thing. And the ones in the suburbs, don't get nothing. So if you're in a council estate, you get jack shit. And it's always been the same since day one. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And the rich get looked after in the top hospitals, and the poor get looked after in the council estate hospitals. I know there's also things at council estate hospital, but there is really, when you think about it. You go down there, they've got Harley Street and all them fucking places. We're not allowed to go because we haven't got the money. So what they're saying is money is more powerful than people's lives. So if you had the money, you could live like me. If I had the money, I'd get my stem cells because I can't afford the money to get the stem cells. I've got to suffer in fucking pain every day of the week. 7 days a week, 7 nights a week. Coming out with shite, take these tablets, take them tablets, but fucking shit, don't do nothing. Slipped with the fucking scalpel, cut me 5th vertebrae, left me paralysed my right hand. His fault, the doctor's, not mine, his fault. Told me a load of shit. Oh, it went well, everything went well, it's all done perfect, don't worry. I went in there, I could walk the dog, I could train, I could drive properly. I used to train the weights twice a day, 3 times a day. I'd walk Scrappy 2 or 3 miles, he was 10 stone. When all the dogs come, you'd be like, really have to pull him. I could walk anywhere and do anything. I can't even hardly go to my house. I'm in my house. I'm probably out in my bed 2 hours a day, if that. And the rest of the time I'm in my bed or in a hospital bed or I'm in a wheelchair when I go out sometimes with Emma and Bobby. All because the doctor fucking slipped with a knife, the scalpel, and pretended he never. But then when it came, my wife looked at it, it said C5 slipped with a scalpel and cut me 5th vertebrae. And guess what? The 5th vertebrae is the one that makes your right hand work. And that's why I'm left. So the other doctor in the other hospital said, no, like calls some doctors, but my opinion, he's a top doctor. And he turned around and said, he's left you paralysed.
That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, because he said, you came in the hospital, you've drove down, you've signed in the other bit, but you weren't able to sign out. Now, the reason why that is because the doctor slipped with the scalpel. So I'm going to have to go for a lawsuit in it because it's fucking terrible. I spoke to top barristers the other day. They said if he's done it, that's a negligence, hospital negligence. So they haven't got a leg to stand on. But I just want my hand back to normal. I've got money and fuck all. I'd rather get my hand back They said you can have £10 million of your hand back. I'd rather have my hand back. But that's where we're at now. So
Can't believe it's 10 o'clock now.
a new film out called It Sounds Freedom, looking major hit, exposure the whole world, elites. Yeah. Communities ruined.
Is Rails on?
Well,
Is Rails come on?
Oh,
Is Rails come on?
no. Right, guys, I'm going to shout. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm 120. Don't forget, before you go, push the like buttons if you can for me, which is a thumbs up. I've had a great night tonight. 3 hours of entertaining you. I hope it's been good. 40 years of neglect, ruins, the war and drugs and everything. Yes, they always blame the war or the drugs or this or that or this, and then they shut everything fucking down, don't they, and blame all these other things. But why don't they stop the drugs? Why don't they stop the wars? They're full of shit. Yeah, I believe that as well. Weird City, the fucking con everyone.
Hold on, I just make Dan Riles. Dan Riley, thank God you're back.
Oh,
you won't be getting blocked anymore.
We found out.
Right, sorry.
The snake was made, so.
Thank you, Riles, for coming back in.
Thank you, Riles. God bless you, son. We love you. Doesn't matter what phone you're on. It doesn't matter if 10 pence phone, as long as you're on there and you're in, son.
Yeah, you're a good lad, Riles.
We love you, Riles, son.
Right, see you soon.
Right, all you guys, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. From me, Eli, Bobby, and Emma. We'll see you again tomorrow. And you remember, we're only a text away if you need us. And remember, love each other, be nice to each other, be courteous, and help the old. If you see anyone out there struggling, give them a hand. So good night and God bless you all. Let you turn off him. Cheers, love.